Hello, everybody. What's going on? It's TCH Live. We're back in business. It's Monday. I'm your host, Aaron McAvoy, Aaron here, hanging out with you in the booth. And joining me tonight is the lovely Carolyn. Once again, how's it going tonight?
Awesome. I am excited to be back. I feel like it's been so long.
It really does feel like that. It feels like, I don't know, we went on some sort of weird time warp or something,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
now here we are. But we are here, we are live, and you all can see the brand new table, which is freaking awesome. And these new cards are pretty cool as
The
well.
cards are great. They're a huge improvement. But what you're about to see is the most exciting thing about this whole new setup right now. So, we always start our games with a bomb pot. We are doing that now. As you can see, it's a PLO bomb pot. Just wait for it, man. Just wait for it. You can already see.
Yeah, they can already see the
There's
graphics
two
there.
flops. It's a double board bomb pot, guys.
It's a real bomb pot, everybody. It's what we've been waiting for. We've been doing double board PLO bomb pots here at TCH Austin for, I mean, a year, more than that, like a year and a half or something.
Yeah, who knows?
And
Forever,
it's just the
feels
way
like.
we do things here. And so to have single board on the live stream was always just a little bit out of the ordinary, but it was the only way we could do it with our previous setup. But now we have this new table, the new setup, the new software, everything's new, and now we can do double board. So
Yeah,
that's what we're trying to do.
they're adding a player in right now, so that's what you're looking at. So they're just getting his chip count for the software, so they can plug it all in there. Um, but this whole system is so much more advanced than what we are used to. The capabilities are it's night and day difference. You can see we've got optimized with this nice little photo he uploaded there. There's a little app you get to upload your picture and it'll get attached to your name.
Yeah, so we'll go through all the new bells and whistles here as we go along. But first things first, we've got our first board right there for you for trade deuce. And the queen and a couple of eights here on the second board. So now, of course, at least with the single board, you know, you kind of knew exactly who had what right off the bat. Now we are going to have to do a little bit of squinting and figuring out who is working with
So
what.
5-6 would be the nuts on the top board. I don't see that, but I do see ace 5 for a wheel. So seat 1 Envy has the ace 5 for the wheel. Bottom board, I don't. JWIn does have an 8, so he has yet to give up on this one.
Also working with two pair on the top board.
Yeah.
So Jack of Hearts here peels off, changes nothing for these players. The 9 on the bottom also brings in a possible straight, which JWIn won't be loving.
Yeah, I mean, Envy turns the nut flush draw, but was already winning on that top board. But, you know, is no longer afraid of any backdoor flushes because sitting on the only one there is. JWIn still just with an 8. Not the most inspiring holdings in a double board bomb pot when he doesn't have two pair on top. He just has the one. Oh, no, he does have two pair. Sorry. Fours and deuces. Bottom two pair.
Yeah, facing a pot-sized bet, though, it is kind of tough to continue here. I mean, you know, we can see what they have. We can see that this is just like easy call, easy get half the pot. But, like, he's got to call the 425 now, and then it's also very possible that this pot goes up to the 1275 and his opponent elects to bet that amount again on the river. And it's really hard for his hand to improve to something that's going to make him feel very good. So, yeah, JWIn's going to let it go, and very reasonable fold it is.
And that is what we've all been waiting for, guys. We'll see this again in a little while, I'm sure. But it's finally happened. We've been asking for it since we started streaming. Why aren't the bomb pots double board?
So here's one of the new gadgets that we can do is we can look at the stack sizes on this nifty little bar chart. So JWIn there, buying in for the most, optimize second most, and the rest of the players on down the line. We'll keep playing with these new
Yeah, and
little overlays that we've got.
we can give you those stats on demand. So if you want to see something specific, let us know in the chat, and we'll go ahead and pop that up there on the screen for you. But here we are on to the first Holdem hand. It looks like there's a $10 straddle on.
Jay Leasy here with a couple of deuces. Gonna open this up to $50, and Chase will make the call with the 9-7 out of the small blind. He's gonna flop second pair here. Jay Leasy here goes for the C bet in position. Chase goes for the check call.
Yeah,
Checks once
now
again
turning
here on
a
the turn.
gutter to go with his middle pair. Check, check.
Yeah, Jay Leasy here only beating something like a busted straight or flush draw here, but the most likely, or one of the most likely straights did get there on the turn. And yeah, after Chase leads out for 75 here on the river probe, just time to let the old deuces go. All right, Ragnar here in the chat, what's going on? Says, yes, more control of the overlays is awesome. Yeah, absolutely. So definitely looking forward to kicking the tires here, seeing what all we can make happen with it. But yeah, let's see here. We've got Anderson in the chat. Hey, what's going on, man? And we've got Mr. Pratt. He's ready for me to gamble. So what do you say? You
Oh,
in on
yeah.
this?
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah. Let me just...
All right, well, I'm just going to decide that I'm going first, because why not?
Okie dokie.
Fight me, coward. Big words from a small man. Let's see what you got here, buddy. Beat a 47, will you? You probably will.
I mean, it's like, it's a flip, right?
Yeah, it's not
In
terrible.
theory.
It's not terrible.
I rolled a
well,
90. I sniped Pratt's roll if he was trying to get in there second, and
All right.
rolled a 90. So I will take that. You also beat Pratt. He rolled a 41.
Yeah, so not all is lost.
All right. So no straddle this hand. We got a limp from early position, a raise from Jay with ace-6 suited, and we're going heads up here. Ace, king, 9. And 2 hearts on this board. Jay is feeling great about it. $50 check, bets 50 and a call. All right.
Yeah, so we're getting some questions here in the chat. That I expected this, which is, why is the table so dark in certain areas? Well, it's the new felt, which you can see from this angle is not like actually pitch black or anything super crazy, but from this angle it has a different contrast. So I can understand, I had the same sort of feeling, was like, whoa, that table's really dark. And then you see it from the other angles and it's a little bit different. So anyways, I mean, I hope that y'all will continue to give us feedback and make comments on it, but also just, you know, see if you can get used to it a little bit and try to
Yeah, I
enjoy
mean,
the
it's
new
just
setup,
kind of
but,
like a design choice with the background kind of being that different gradients of black and white. It's not like the lighting or anything is weird in those spots. It's just a design choice. So if that's what you're wondering.
So Jay Leasy there, flop and top pair with the heart flush draw, gets to the river with the best hand and takes down the pot. Jimmy Britt here in the chat says, like what you guys did to the table. I can see everything without old eye strain. Well, perfect. Glad to hear it. Please do let us know, anyone else, if you have any feedback for us.
Yeah, and working with the guys who made the table and are in the developing all the software and everything has been awesome, because they've, you know, anytime we've come to them with anything, any suggestions or thoughts, they're like, yeah, all for it. So if you guys think of things that we need to update or anything, let us know, and we can probably make just about anything happen.
Yeah, definitely shout out to the RF Poker guys. They're
Yeah,
doing a
crushing it.
fantastic job getting this up and running. And yeah, as Carolyn said, making any updates and improvements as we go along. All right, 10-5 tray here. Rainbow flop. Jay Leasy will flop middle pair, backdoor straight, and flush draws. Has the best hand at the moment. Checky, checky, so free turn, and that'll give Jay Leasy 2 pair.
$50 bet, and oh, no, Chase not gonna go away yet. All right.
Yeah, Chase looking to spike a pair to try to take the lead back, but he won't. Does find the pair, but that is only going to cost him more money. Jay Leasy here, one more value bet for 175. Chase will definitely make the call here and find out that he really didn't want to see that jack there at the end. Does show the queen jack, and the pot will get shipped over the way of Jay Leasy. So Jay Leasy here, taking off with a couple of the first pots here of the live stream. One of the things that we can do is we can look at
Jay Leasy
different
and
players.
Let's see it.
Same
Show
time.
it.
See how they compare against each other. So Jay Leasy here, up 355 so far over 4 hands. Says he only won 1 hand, but I don't think that's true. So.
No, I think that is true.
Oh, okay. No, he just
Yeah,
won it
because
all
he
in
lost
his
the
hand.
ones,
That's right. He
the one
lost
with
the other one.
twos. So yeah, that's right.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm just trying to make sure that everything's working.
Everything is working.
All right, onwards and upwards. Did I just see Miss Caitlin there?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
All right. Got some limping going on. I think they maybe didn't put the straddle in this hand. It's actually 10 instead of 5. And then JWIn raising to 80. And then a couple callers. Here we go. 964 rainbow. Nobody has anything of any significance.
So we do have, what, 1 seat still open here. Thought I saw Caitlin was going to join us or something, but was mistaken. Let's see here. So JWIn here, facing this bet of 180. He's just going to let this go, and queen high is going to take it down for Chase. Pretty chunky sized pot there for the old queen high out of the hijack. Gets that one taken down.
Yeah, well, he had three to a straight, so I mean, he was ahead.
3 to a straight's pretty good. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. We do have...
ZB's asking, do players get to keep their stats after the game? So that is one of the huge cool things about this new software is that there is an app that will track literally everything from this game for these players. So they download the app, attach it to their name, and it'll tell them all the hand history. It'll give them range charts for the game, things like that. So there's a lot of cool stuff that comes along with this system.
Anderson in the chat wants to know if there's a seat open.
There is right now.
As of right now, there is a seat open. Anderson, if you would like to come hop on the felt, get here quickly. We might have a spot for you. Let's see here. ZB saying, yeah, do players get to keep their stats after the game? That is all part of the app. We'll talk more about that here because I just pulled it up for myself to sort of go through some of the past hands from our sort of dry run stream that we did last Monday. So I can talk a little bit about that. Envy here, top pair, queen kicker. JWIn, top pair, 7 kicker, well behind. And we just got word that Envy's hand is wrong in this one. Unclear how that happened, but this is hand 6, yeah. Okay, so Envy's hand is incorrect.
Ace 3. Oh, it must have been from a previous hand. Okay. Okay.
Interesting.
Happens. It happens. Ace 3 of diamonds makes sense also for the, well, I don't know. NB, they bet flop. Pair 3. JWIn's king is good. Not quite sure what happened there, but we all know that these things happen.
All right, Anderson is in the car and on his way over, so excellent. We'll have another player to take a seat here.
Ragnar Roverby asking if the cards are different. They are. They are new cards. They are RFID cards with a slightly different technology. So as far as we're concerned here, a slightly better technology. We've been told that they are less prone to breakage and things like that. So that's awesome.
And more flexible as well. I mean,
Yeah.
so we sort
They're
of got
much
to play with
easier
them a
to
little
deal.
bit. And yeah, much easier for the dealers. And when you feel like, you know, you're sort of, I don't know, trying to peel a piece of like plastic, you know, like thick plastic,
Yeah.
it just feels weird. And that's sort of what the old Faded Spade cards were. These ones, they
Definitely
bend nicely.
are more flexible, much easier to deal, easier to play with. So I think all around, much improved from the old thing.
I'm like, well, I guess I'm not dead.
What is it?
Yeah.
But man, I had
All right. I think I got it.
especially it just sucks when you
I just turned it down there.
when
Yeah,
you're
okay.
grinding.
All right, sorry, had a little technical thing there. Chase flops the set, wins. Nice hand there.
Set. What's a set? I don't think I've ever had one.
You've never had one of those?
No.
Yeah.
Not
no,
that I remember.
I highly recommend them.
Just kidding.
They're quite nice.
Yeah.
Oh, Donnie rolling a 6. Sorry. Sorry, dude. They're huge, though? What's huge?
I think.
Oh, the
talking about
cards? The cards are actually slightly smaller than the old cards. So you're wrong. They are bigger than the cards that we use in the rest of the room because, oddly enough, the standard poker cards that we use in this room, as well as pretty much every other room around, are actually bridge-size cards. So they are significantly larger than those.
All right, $80 straddle here from Chase. Jay Leasy going to raise it up to $225, and Chase not one to orphan his babies, so he's going to make the call and heads up to a flop. Chase here first to act, does flop a gut shot straight draw. Generally going to have a natural check over to the pre-flop aggressor, but Chase
Generally
says, nah,
speaking.
let's take a stab at this, and if you don't have an ace, you're probably not going to love this, and I just let it go.
Yep.
Let's see if Jay Leasy sticks around, though. This is one of those spots where you can sometimes just raise them up and be like,
Yeah.
no, like you just never have anything other than like one of those bottom card pairs.
Right,
and
right.
You're just taking a stab.
And I mean, you can even just say, like, okay, you have a 7. I still have 2 overs. Like, I could still float with 2 overs to your 7 because I don't think you have an ace here. But you have to be pretty confident in that. And I don't think King 10 is really the right hand to do that with. But
Yep, so Chase gets away with that one, and on to the next one.
I like that bet there. I don't like a donk lead typically, but
When it works, you
yeah.
know. Credit
Well,
where
no, because
credit's
sometimes
due.
it works like against me, and I hate it. But that one I respect, and I like it.
Excellent. All right, Jay Leasy back in the streets. Ace-8 offsuit from the hijack. And he's going to get called in 2 spots here, as we've got Gauze over in the 2 seat playing what I think is his first hand. Chase will come along as well as Envy on the button.
Yeah, it looks like only one flopping a pair is going to be JWIn, who I think we were told just go with J. It's fine.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I think at some point.
I think it just wanted like the name in there that way, but we're going to call him J. And he bets it and takes it down. We got a question, what is the new technology? So this whole setup is brand spanking new. The table is brand new. The software is brand new. And it is, we have some updates, some like kind of more advanced RFID technology in the table and in the cards, and some more capabilities with the stream, including double board bomb pots. So a lot of new stuff going on with this game tonight. And we're still working on, fine-tuning things that may or may not need to get adjusted. But right now we're close enough to being there to go live with the game tonight. So.
Chase.
Envy not choosing to play 7 deuce for the love of the game. I assume they are not. The game is not on.
Yeah, must not be. Chase here going to raise to 80 out of the small blind, and Kevin wakes up with number 1 here. Going to come in for a quick 3-bet, 2 1/4. Everyone else out of the way. You know Chase isn't folding. So we will be going heads up to a flop. Chase is also enjoying a massage from licensed massage therapist Rachel of Texas.
One of the
Royal
best. Let me tell you. Oh, 6 in the window.
Wow, Kevin.
Poor Kevin, man.
Yeah, Kevin here on a relatively short stack as well. Stack to pot ratio just about 3. Going to be pretty easy to get all the money in here. Although if Chase check raises now on this low connected board, right, like that's kind of Chase's range, it could sort of slow Kevin down a little bit, but still don't see him getting away from this.
No.
Just
I mean,
about
yeah,
ever.
but Chase could just have like a pair, And Kevin says, well, I have the pair.
Yeah, yeah, it's a raise to 600, and this is just a pretty gross spot. I think a lot of us have been here before, and you just kind of throw up a little in your mask, and you're like, well, I guess I'm about to put all the chips in and find out if I'm just toast to 2 outs or running diamonds. And that's exactly what it is, because he goes all in, gets snapped, and shown a pair of 6s into the hole for Chase. Kevin going to need running diamonds, a straight on board, or an ace to battle his way back into contention for part of the pot or all of it.
I mean, he could.
Looks like they're running it twice, at least. Gonna run it out the first time. That's going to be good for Chase as he makes full house. And Kevin does not improve. Second run out here. So far, so good for Chase and the 6s, and that's not an ace
That's
on the end.
going to do it.
I also lost with aces earlier today, albeit 2 queens. And it was a 1-outer.
I mean,
It
it's
happens.
one way or the other. It's, it's whether you have queens or 6s. In that dynamic, blind versus blind, a raise and a 3-bet, that's how that's going to play out.
Exactly.
There's not another way that works out that Chase doesn't get all of Kevin's chips.
Yeah, definitely true. And yeah, I mean, that's why we love to call with those small pairs, small to middling pairs, is to flop a set and get paid. Let's see here. Yeah, so one of the cool things that you can do is, so when you come and you play on the live stream, you create a little player ID, and you download the RF Poker app, and then the game, the table, whatever, knows that you're in the game when you sign in with the appropriate code. And then it will keep track of your stats. And those stats will be for this game, and you can look at the hands from this game, you can look at how you performed against other players, all of the really cool sort of things under the hood are at your fingertips once you have a player profile and play. And then it also accumulates your aggregate stats over the course of multiple streams as well.
Yep.
So you can see how you've performed on stream over time. You can look at, I mean, I've only started to dig into the information that we had from our little test stream last Monday.
And
so very cool stuff.
we've been told, and I believe them, that they're going to continue adding more and more capabilities to both the stream and the table and to the app. So, yeah, people asking about the screen back there. That's primarily to aid the dealers, so that there is. They basically can see when when everything's scanned in and ready to go, so that there's never a point where someone in the back needs to be like, oh, so-and-so needs to rescan your cards. You can just see that now, whereas before, you know, as the dealer at the table, you can never tell. So it's very helpful. It really keeps the game moving nicely.
So multi-way action here as 5 players made it to the flop and turn as it checks through. Kevin here with second pair of 9s is best and well out in front. His opponent's 5 of spades on the end changes nothing as well. So if we get to showdown, Kevin will win. And yeah, looks like he's going to go for a half pot size value bet here, targeting, I suppose, pocket
A 5? Or
6s or, yeah, 5.
Or ace high, or...
Perhaps a large-ish wager considering what he's attacking, but does get the job done, just takes the pot down, just like that.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, go ahead.
Also, Carlo reminding us that we are doing a Chat Pro meetup game here in Austin next Sunday, May 21st. Oh, it's the 22nd. Oh. Next Sunday is the 22nd, FYI. It's this coming Sunday. And I don't know what time it's at. 2 p.m. Yeah, that's what we're doing next Sunday. So if you are around and you want to come mix it up, get a peek at the new setup, then please join us.
Heck yeah, should be fun. Get plenty of games going and have a jolly good time like we did last time up in Dallas. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully...
I would like a repeat.
Yeah, you would. Freaking bulldozed all of us.
I know. I hope I didn't make it so people can't come back. That would be too bad.
You crippled me.
I know.
I'm out. Chase here going to open the cutoff to 65 with the queen 8 of diamonds. Kevin will play this as a flat on the button.
This is the first hand I think that Optimize has been in there, right? Because I haven't seen his little face staring us down up until now.
It is kind of cool. That
I love it.
That you can upload the photo because then you just sort of know who it is as opposed to...
I really think it helps you identify who it is so much better than like the name. So I love that little feature. And it's one of those things that, you know, in theory we could have done before, but now you get to actually upload your own pictures. And you oh, that's quads. That's quads on board. Cool.
And Kevin here with the only ace, so he's going to win.
For sure.
And yeah, I mean, you have to bet this.
Nope, Chase going to do it for him.
Chase going to bet here. He's going to try to get someone to, like, to get everyone to fold and he wins playing the board. But yeah, I mean.
Yeah, he's trying to bet people off a chop, assuming that nobody has an ace, but yeah. Kevin just holding the nuts.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
he can't lose.
Yeah, I guess there is really no point in raising because, like, who's going to call you? But, yeah, a bit of a bold attempt there. Did check to chase, and there's only one player behind. So, yeah, I mean, why not? Go for it. But Kevin going to get a little bit back there as he stacks up his additional 715.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
Ragnar here, how strict y'all be with the picks? Somebody gonna get goofy with it. That is
Good
a
practice
good
for me, but next time I'll
point.
try to get it in.
Just probably no nudity or anything offensive, and I think you can get
Live $10.
otherwise speaking as goofy as you want.
Yeah.
Like we're not gonna police the pictures beyond like, you know,
As you
beyond
said.
what I said. Yeah.
Exactly. One thing that I do think would be good is that the picture sort of replaces the full seat number.
Yeah, it does once you.
But I'm thinking that maybe we should have the number there as well, because like if you can imagine like 4 people being in a hand and it just has all their pictures, we wouldn't necessarily know.
You know exactly where they are. You see their face.
Well, I don't
Unless
know.
people put goofy pictures of like,
Yeah.
you know, who knows what they would choose
Like
to
Big
put in
Bird
there.
or something, you know? I mean, it could be more challenging than just having actual representations of people.
We could probably add a number in there somewhere. I think
I'm
that's
saying.
that is definitely a realistic possibility.
All right, Nam here with the diamond draw
6 calls, 7 folds. Heads up to the turn.
is going to check call JWIn see that. Heads up now to the turn king of clubs.
No, they both have flush draws.
Oh, Nam though isn't gonna check it over. He's gonna just donk jam the
Yeah.
turn. And JWIn here, who would have happily piled it in just to be like, I don't know what you have, but maybe you'll fold, and I picked up equity, now has to decide if he's gonna call this off.
Yeah, he's like, well, man, I was gonna do that.
This is a wager up to
He had what? It said 190, but it looks like he's got more than that. So it looks like 265. Yeah.
Sorry? Yes.
Mike B wants to know what is the buy-in. I believe it was a 10K max, or at least that was the biggest stack.
One came in, and as far as I know, it's uncapped.
Oh, okay, very good.
Oh, we are doing 10K cap? Oh, okay. 10K cap match the stack, so let's just, in reality, that's uncapped. Okay.
JWIn is going to elect to lay down the jack-high flush draw, which I think is wise. I mean, it was for...
I mean, he was good. He was ahead, but...
Well, sure, but he's certainly not going to think that. In his mind, he needs to hit a club to improve, and that's just not a very likely occurrence, and wasn't getting the correct odds, so good lay down there.
No, good bet from Nam.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Are we playing 5-5 or 5-10? Oh, okay. Oh, there's 5-10.
Well, he played with
Dang,
me today.
now I got it.
Up there, top left,
And he was just in shock.
Oh,
which is very lovely.
Yeah, he was at my
I see that now.
and he was like, I was just in shock.
I've never seen somebody get.
I just wasn't paying enough attention before this.
Well, it
And I
popped up-
just assumed that we were playing 5-10. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it popped up
5-5's
in
cool.
between.
That's why it's a match the stack instead of uncapped, because 5-10 would be uncapped.
Yes.
All right, we got Chase for the love of the game, or maybe someone else laid down the 7 deuce of diamonds.
Could have got me to call.
Yeah.
Are they playing the 7 deuce game or no? Oh, okay, just for the love of the game.
Yeah, Jay's one of the guys that'll do that.
I do that on occasion.
Yeah, no, every once
I
in a
actually got a really good one through the other day with 7 deuce, and I showed it, and I don't think the guy was amused.
while. Yeah, some people don't appreciate it. They feel
Yeah,
like
I
you've,
3-bet from the
scammed them.
small blind. Flop came like ace, or it came ace king 7.
That's your board.
Yeah, man. That's what I
then you had to
said,
turn over
and then I was
7.
like, a 7's good, right? And I turned it over and after he folded, and I was like, sorry, man.
You fire any bullets into that? That mystery bag?
Oh, we're just not.
I was calling JWIn.
Let's take a look at some.
I misread my
We have to remember that we have to do the overlays now. That is going to be something to get used to.
thought I turned it.
I don't think we need a third person back here. That sounds like. So I'm gonna wait for the next hand in between hands to show you guys some more stats, because I do want to make sure we get all that in there. So chat, tell me what stat you want to see. Quick.
All right, Jay here with the bottom pair. Gonna fire out for 75. Gauze has a pair of 4s. He's going to come along, and Nam here working with some backdoor draws and big cards.
It's a pretty good card for his backdoor draws.
Yeah, without a pair in hand, does have the majority of the equity between these 3 players, as there are a whole bunch of outs to improve his hand. Check, check. Once again, Jay is going to slow it down, and
then
3 of clubs is a
Binks
spicy
it. He's
card.
gonna might get paid too.
Definitely going to get paid. In fact, could be for the full amount. Nam here is going to go ahead and...
Yeah, he's sitting on 500-ish, so he's gonna bet 2.
Yeah,
I think Jay's probably just gonna call here. That's my prediction. I don't think he does anything else. Oh, I'm wrong.
I mean,
Maybe
a
I'm
raise
wrong.
is very reasonable, but he does
no, he
just
does
call.
Yeah. No, it's not unreasonable at all. I agree. But I think when you consider Nam's stack size, like he's not betting 200 and leaving himself 300 behind if he's going to consider folding to a raise, you know? I mean, it may be the 3 is good, but I don't think he would do that with something that could lose to trips. What am I looking at? V-pip. Let's see.
Unleash the V-pip overlay.
Bam!
There you go. Chase playing nearly 80% of hands.
Got a nice little chart, a little graph.
Yeah, optimized there. The only
Fancy.
player hanging out below the Lottie line at the moment. We'll have to get the Lottie line sort of imposed
Yes, we
upon
should.
him.
All right. This is, we'll show it as a little chart, a little table. So here you can see
Just how far below the Lottie line optimized really is.
7%. He's only played 1 hand, so I mean, that sounds pretty legit.
Yeah.
All right, moving right along.
Pretty cool little gadgets that we've got here. All right, Nam here finds the KJ in the HJ. Gonna raise? Question mark? No, called the $100 straddle. Must be from Chase. Yep, it is. Gauze here waking up with a couple of JWIns, and he's gonna raise this up.
Doug, you're getting a little out of line. We don't have that. All right, we're not gonna get. We don't have that specific. Those specific. That's you're asking for too much right now. Okay.
Yeah, but those are some pretty good stats to have when examining your own play for sure. So I do believe that that is all accessible inside of the app when looking through your own history. So if you want to see if you're hitting your frequencies, I think you will have access to that information.
All right. What just happened here? This seems like a very large pot.
So
Given the
Chase
holdings.
cold calls the 3-bet from Gauze, and then the King Jack over there from Nam got let go. Top set here for Gauze. Chase finding a 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? Gauze checks it over, and Chase takes the bait and bets. Quick call here from Gauze, and a pair of 4s now for Chase on the turn.
Yeah, drawn dead now. He needed running diamonds. That was his only. Well, that was the only way he was going to win this hand, and he's going to go for it though.
He does. Puts
He's
his
like,
opponent to the test. Yeah, Gauze is like, yeah, no, I win.
I have the nuts right now. Oh no, I guess 5.
Against Chase's hand, it's over. So run it once, be done with it, and Gauze will ship a big one, full double up here.
If you squint and that 4 turns into a 5, Chase wins, right?
Would have been a pretty gross run out had it come 5 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll get Gauze's stack all counted down here, and Chase will pay that man his money.
This is the pot.
As we will take another look here.
Yeah, let's pull up some other stats. So we don't have a stat right at the moment that is just clear-cut cumulative winnings, but what we will show you is the player stacks, which you actually can watch how they evolve over time. And then you can see cumulative winnings when we do head-to-head. So when we do 2 players head-to-head, it will show each of those 2 players.
Yeah. Yeah, so as you could probably see there, it starts at like hand, 1 and quickly starts going up. So we'll have to adjust the speed at which that updates. We've also requested that we get to look at that as like a scatter plot as opposed to just bar
Actually.
graphs updating. But there's multiple ways of viewing all of this information, and we are doing our best to try to find the best ones that will sort of convey the information in a good, quick, digestible manner. So if you guys, again, have any suggestions, please do let us know in the chat.
Oh, yeah, so just make sure this is scanned. 4 folds, 5 folds.
All right, Mr. David Pratt, are you still hanging out with us in the chat?
7 raises.
If so, I think it's just about high time we gamble again.
8
We got a couple no votes in this little poll that we've conducted. So if you do not like the new tech, tell us what you think could make it better.
Yeah, big hand
us-
developing here. We've got Anderson
9 raises.
taking a seat, and first hand
Oof.
wakes up with 10s and is going to run into the pocket kings of JWIn. So Anderson here buying in for 2.5K.
JWIn just giggling at him.
Yeah, like, welcome to the table, buddy. Let's get all your chips in the middle and way behind. Anderson, of course, isn't going anywhere yet. Does need to see a flop, so he'll make the call and is going to play this one out of position against the pre-flop aggressor, JWIn. Stack to pot ratio about 3, a little bit less. 6-high board here, dangerous territory for Anderson. Checks it over, and JWIn now going to have to pick his price for a c-bet.
9 bets, 250.
250, looks like to me. It's
8 calls.
a price that Anderson can't fold yet.
Yeah, quick check call here from Anderson. Off to a 9 of spades on the turn. Still working with an overpair to the board. Stack to pot ratio now at 1.5. JWIn going for 650 here. If his opponent calls, he's going to have 1,200 back, and there will be like 2,500 in the middle, so half pot size now and a half pot on the river. JWIn, a pretty sharp cookie, going to go for the geometric sizing to get his opponent all in on the river. Let's see if Anderson continues here. Yeah, tough spot. Like, your
Yeah.
very first hand, this is just where you are.
8 raises.
And
Yeah.
yeah, he goes all in, and Jay hasn't snapped this off, but he's of course not going to fold. So it's just,
I know, this is just, it's just a cooler. You feel so good about 10s on this. Like, you don't feel like, I don't know. The dynamic of the way this has played out does lean towards, like, he could just have an overpair and I'm dead. But also, like, how do I fold 10s on a 9-head board?
yeah. That
Knowing
is-
your opponent, too. Knowing that JWIn could play things other than aces and kings there very similarly.
yeah, that is a very unfortunate occurrence here for our good friend Anderson, of course.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
JWIn, also a good friend and a recipient of a very large pot, so good for him as well. But Anderson first hand as he takes a seat.
Yeah.
Gets stacked for 2,500. So
So
tough start for him.
a couple little bits of feedback that we're getting. The hands displays are a little too large. They could shrink a little, I think, when it's multi-way. I think that would be easier to see. And then someone saying they hate the felt. Well, tough cookies.
Yeah, that one is.
Actually, we've heard that they might actually redo the felt pretty soon. So who knows? We don't know, but that's not really what I'm asking. I'm asking about the tech, not the felt.
All right. Mr. Pratt says I get to go first since I won the last one. Well, at least I beat you. But Carolyn, do you want to go before me, or shall I just rip it?
Rip it.
Okay.
Yeah, those are advantage seats over there. I can't see it.
I'm just gonna get in before Pratt.
Perfect. I got a 69.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That's a good number. I'll take it.
Yeah, right.
That beats
Yeah.
you. Hey, get my 20.
All right, all right.
Ooh, and 20 from Pratt. Running good.
All right, Pratt is in the hole. $40 to Aaron.
8 raises, $50. Jay, have you had a chance to?
All right, Anderson here, reloaded for 3K and coming in for a raise. Got another pocket pair. And that is true. High hand of the day is pocket
Yeah.
threes making quads. If you can make quads with pocket threes, you will be the recipient of $1,000 courtesy of Texas Card House Austin. So Anderson in the mix.
We know there's a dead 3, so he's not gonna hit quads, unfortunately. However, let's see how this plays out regardless.
Anderson quickly checks it over. Gauze here going to get a free turn card. It pairs the board with a 4, and Anderson now, yeah, should go for a bit of a protection bet here. Puts 300 out there, and Gauze, though, with nut no pair, will come along.
Yeah.
Anderson needs to fade an ace or a king or 10 or 5, and that doesn't happen. So unfortunate for Anderson. Gets 500 into the middle with the best hand, and now he does not. Spades brick as well. Let's see if Gauze goes for a big polarized sizing or if he sticks with something more standard. He's going to go bang on half pot for 500. And Anderson, of course, got to be thinking even just something like ace high spades just got there, like a bunch of things. And yeah, tough spot there for Anderson once again. As we continue along, hand number 18 coming at you. Or on the books. I guess we're probably moving on to 19.
I would assume. So, yeah, because that says it's gone anywhere yet. Let's look at another stat while we're here. One that we didn't specifically have before, I don't think.
Aggression frequency
we
would
did.
pop up. We did have that. Of course, aggression frequency being a measure of how frequently you take an aggressive action when it is your turn.
All right, and we got optimized there, bringing up the rear. I'm pretty sure he still has yet to play another hand since we last checked his VPIP, so let's see where that's at. Oh yeah, he's sitting at 6% in case you're wondering. JWIn opening, ace jack. Volume on us is low. Let's see if we can't fix that.
I think that's, oh, okay, yeah.
I think that's it. I think we got it.
Well, let us know if that is too loud or if we hit the sweet spot. We are off to the next hand here. Chase gonna raise it up on the button.
Chase
to
is
125.
getting a little out of line today, I think. I am all for it.
JWIn here goes for the limp fold with ace jack.
No, he opened, I believe.
Oh, this was a 3-bet from Chase?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I missed that. I mean, that makes a whole heck of a lot more sense, but it seemed like the money in front of him was too little.
Somehow, JWIn got away from that. He definitely would have lost.
We hadn't seen the river yet. He could have made a full house. But he was behind.
Yeah, okay.
Chase here with the pair of 5s. Nam with the king high club flush. And Chase is going to look him up here. Bets 80 with that nut flush. And Chase says, I'm a non-believer, bro. Calls him with a pair of 5s. And yeah, king high flush good.
Interesting. Not sure what. I don't know.
motivation there,
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
to
I
call
don't
with
know
the
why
5.
you would be calling with.
Calling
pair
with
of
an
5s.
calling with an ace, of course, would be quite reasonable because your opponent could have
Right.
any number of different bluffing combinations that don't have a club.
Sure.
But it's very possible that someone could just turn a
Like
pair
his
into a
or his
bluff,
opponent
right?
just has an ace or a jack. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they may not bet an ace, but like, yeah, certainly like a jack, right? Yeah, could just be
Right,
like,
or
well,
just
maybe
like-
I'll get an ace to fold and bet here.
Like
exactly.
or a complete air, I guess, which he beats, but I don't think. I don't know. Who knows?
Anyway, gets after it, doesn't get the result he wanted. Reina and Captain Underpairs here rolling some pretty tough low digits. Better luck next time, y'all.
All right, JWIn waking up with some Cowboys. Chase made a call. We got Kevin calling. Optimize is going to tag along. Just flatting out of the small blind. Oh, here we go. Nam. Oh, gonna 3-bet. Wow, this is a hand. Look what we got going on here.
It really is a hand, and it's
So many
getting to the
players
point where
with some.
the
And this is why we do need to make those hands a little smaller when it's multi-way. Again, gonna work on it.
So yeah, squeeze from Nam out of the big blind to 225. JWIn, of course, couldn't be happier about this situation. We will be seeing a fourth bet. Just a matter of how big, and it looks like it is
1,000.
to 1,000. That is a big
Yeah,
bet.
that's what I was thinking.
I mean,
There's so many people to get through, though. I mean, I guess that's probably there's a lot of dead money in the pot and just
I don't know.
a million people to get through.
Yeah.
I didn't see a single dead ace, right?
Not that I saw.
Yeah. So
this
he's
is gonna
got
be ace king versus
should,
king.
in theory, have 3 live outs.
Running at one time.
If I get ace, I was gonna do the same. I was gonna do the same thing. Where I was like,
So yeah, let's see if Nam can find an ace to take down the pocket kings. The Cowboys here for JWIn. Second time finding
Yeah.
the kings here, and stacked an opponent earlier with them, and he's just going to stack
Yeah.
another opponent with them as well. So some early run good for JWIn.
Yeah,
We're 20
JWIn's
hands
still
in.
riding that baby heater. Had it. Congratulations to JWIn and his wife on their birth of their first child.
Doesn't help, or it doesn't hurt that his son's name is King. So
Oh, yeah, that's right.
it's just every time he gets kings, he's like, "This is for my son." And oh wait, I just got.
I just got all your money.
the third one's gonna be Jack. Jack's normal. She would have been okay with Jack, but I went with King.
All right, so going to be a reload here for Nam, and while we do that, let's go ahead and pop this up. Let's take a look at the stack for all of these players. You can see JWIn sitting on very nearly 500 big blinds.
Yeah, I think that's
That's a poker name.
right where JWIn likes to play. He likes a million big blinds. And
That's actually incorrect.
yeah, those.
though.
It must be still at 510 for the players.
No, but that's even off. It's like considering that a $20 blind.
Right now, but I think
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, here.
white.
Just looking at the player stacks, and it says that JWIn is on 500 blinds almost, but
But
we
it
can
should
see
be-
that he's got
I got him.
2,000
Yeah,
plus.
that should be 4. Whatever the number is, multiply by 4.
Yeah, yeah. So the big blind is currently being read into this graphic as $20. So okay, so the straddle on the previous hand, I suppose, was 20, and so that's what's getting read in here. Okay.
Oh, that's
all right.
actually kind of interesting. So if you pulled it up during that hand that had the straddle on, it would give you big blinds in reference to the straddle.
Gotcha.
No, 100 wouldn't make sense. Then JWIn would have 43K in front of him. So
Okay. Okay, so now we have the straddle on at 10, and so
Yeah,
yeah,
let's
then we should
see.
see it update. Let's go ahead and check that out.
let's see if
Thanks
that's-
for hanging out with us here tonight on TCH Live Monday.
Oh
We
yeah,
do-
here. Well, this is now showing 5 though. Oddly enough.
Yeah, that's 5.
Yeah. Well, we'll work on that. We got plenty of other buttons to click. No big deal.
Speaking of clicking buttons, Chase here with the Queen 5 is going to click the call button in the hijack after Gauze opens to 50. Nam's going to come along. Anderson's going to come along. Everybody wants a piece of this flop, so let's go 5 ways. And what do you know? That's why you get in there with
Yeah.
the Queen 5.
Obviously, he knew what was coming.
Checks all the way through. Free 8 of clubs here on the turn.
That's 65.
And Jay going to go ahead and fire at this with the heart
King
flush
high?
draw that
Yeah.
he didn't bet on the flop.
Interesting. Anderson with the bottom pair, going to make the raise.
And Chase is pumped because his hand is real strong and doesn't really lose to very much. No straights out there, no flush as of yet, so he's just going to click it.
Yeah, and
to
Anderson can't
500.
even improve.
Yeah.
Just gets away from it.
Chase will show the Queen 5 and be like, yeah, no, I had it.
You guys went in pots. It looks like fun. I'd like to do it.
Carlos saying new high score JWIn. I don't think we've got a high score as of yet, but
On
JWIn
this
very
table?
likely to set it.
Hey, on this table, this is the newly established high score.
Oh, I suppose that much is true. All right, let's go ahead and look at our. Let's see. We don't actually have cumulative winning.
No, but if you go to the stack, graph, not the table, you can get an idea of who's up and down. But that is something we will have added in there shortly.
Yeah, we definitely are going to need to add the cumulative winning.
Yeah. I
Because
agree.
that's the most requested graph of all time.
Indeed.
Got to get that
Yeah.
one up there.
But like I said, when you go heads up between two players,
Oh, that's right. That's right.
that's when you can see the cumulative winning.
Okay.
So net earnings is how we have it listed. I'll show you whoever ends up in this hand.
But we got to get some JWIn in there because JWIn
Yes,
off
of
to a
course.
hot start. Although, I mean, he's only up a couple thousand at this point, but it is.
Earnings 3.2K right now. So if you're wondering who we got in this, Envy and Gauze.
So one thing.
I'm curious about the earnings stat. Anyways, we'll continue to iterate on this, but we bought in for 10, and then it just said he had like 12, but then it said he earned 3, so that doesn't quite add up either. So. I also feel like when I was looking at my stats in the app, the number there was perhaps off by a little bit, so we'll have to look at the accounting as well, make sure everything is up to date. Envy here going to outturn his opponent with the king of spades, making the toppest of pairs and the toppest of kickers. Gauze here, though, sticking around with the pocket JWIns. And it gets no improvement here on the end. Envy going to go ahead and fire out for more value, half pot sizing, and Gauze will have to ditch the Judies.
Someone mentioning that we should take notes from one of the other big streams. If they also want to ship over some of the money that they put into that stream, then we could definitely compete with them. But
Yeah, well over $1 million put into that studio and all
Yeah.
of the production. Pretty fantastic stuff. But
they
we
run
are
it. They
work-
run a great show. I will never say a bad word about it. But it is a different world that they live in. So
Yes, we run on Austin time here. And speaking of Austin time, it's double board PLO bomb pot time as well. So let's get that fired up. As,
yeah, well, Hustler doesn't do double board PLO bomb pots now, do they?
now do they? All right, Carolyn was going to show us a quick
A head-to-head,
graphic here.
yeah. We're
Let's
gonna
get
look at
JWIn.
JWIn and Anderson, the biggest winner, biggest loser. Poor Anderson. Here we are.
Yeah, so this is also very curious because we've got big blind per 100, and they're like the numbers are exactly the same, like plus 3K, minus 3K, and yet the big blind per 100 is like dramatically off.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So
Not
some
quite
more
sure.
information for the for the RF poker guys as they continue to iterate on getting.
Yeah,
everything
these are
updated.
things that maybe we really haven't looked at in a live game scenario yet. Keep in mind, this stuff is like very much brand new. So
Yeah, we just drove this off the lot. We
Yeah.
are literally putting this through its paces. But so far, I'm quite pleased, and I think we're going to have lots of good content for all of y'all moving forward. And hopefully, we'll just get all this stuff.
David
Ironed out.
Lindsay asking what is wrong with the table. Absolutely nothing. The table is great. It is brand spanking new. Works like a dream. We're having a dealer change. We're going to do a dealer change double board bomb pot. I think 10 minutes from now we might see some.
Yeah. Padawan producer Kristen is enjoying.
I'm hearing her
herself away.
responses. ZB asking, does the software calculate pot for the dealers in PLO? It does.
Understand me.
All right. What else we got? So we got these nice. These I really am feeling these red cards. I'm not gonna lie, with the red wording on the table, with the black and white background. I feel like these red cards really pop. You guys were talking about the blue ones, but the red ones I think is what's up.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I think both are quite enjoyable just to see, but. Ragnar here asking, does the black border around the edge serve as a betting line? No, it does not. What it serves as actually is a boundary for where the sensors are for the card. So we have pretty much a delineation that most of the players will be able to see. I mean, it sort of looks like it fades into all black in the corners, but as a player, you can still sort of see where that boundary is. And you just know that you need to get your cards towards that little symbol that's in front of your seat and away from the that boundary. Really is really sort of the delineating.
Yeah. So do you want to explain to these people in the chat why we have that barrier?
I do.
Okay, we're gonna get into that after this bomb pot.
Yeah. But
So far, I'm seeing. All right, we got King Queen 8, Jack 3 Deuce. Gauze has top set on the top board.
and a heart flush draw on bottom,
On
so
hearts
pretty
on
spicy
bottom,
holding
yeah.
for him.
I don't see anything.
Chase is raising here with bottom set on the bottom board and diamonds.
Yeah, I mean they have
top.
kind of opposite hands from each other. So, I mean
Oh
bottom.
no, he
set-
doesn't have diamonds. I lied. Sorry.
Oh no, he has hearts, but they're not very good. He's just really just simply playing his bottom set, which is
Generally
always
not.
great.
Yeah, generally not going to be.
Yeah, Jay, the only one on the diamond draw. He also has a pocket pair of 10s, and he's got some Broadway draws on top. King on the bottom.
Wow, Gauze here with top set on both boards is way out in front. Chase here gets put into no man's land as he now is drawing to a single deuce on bottom and literally cannot improve on top to a winning hand.
Oh, that's gross.
Jay here now with Broadway draws on both boards along with the diamonds on top. But Gauze here going to go ahead and bet pot for 1.4K. And honestly, I think, yeah, Chase should just get out of here right now. And Jay should probably fold as well. The gutty on bottom just not going to be good enough, right? Like, if he had a queen, maybe you could think about continuing. But even then, you're drawing on two boards against a single opponent. I think it's just a ditch at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's his whole stack. I mean, it's a 1.4K bet. He's got to just commit his whole stack with just a pair of 10s.
And draws, yeah. And the draws, I mean, it's one thing to be drawing live against multiple opponents. It's a totally different thing. That shows the 9-8 of hearts, just like, yeah, that's what I was betting. A pair and a bad flush draw.
I
Yeah.
love when people show two of their cards in Omaha, like, oh, I got one. No, you didn't.
Yeah,
Cut
bro.
that shit, guys. No, you didn't. Anyways, moving right along, back to Holdem. yeah, so that's double board bomb pots. We are the only game in town that can run live stream double board bomb pots.
2 pair on top and a flush draw on bottom better than 9.
Anyways, what like we were gonna say about why that separate section exists close to the rail. So in the future, someday, we expect to be able to also use RFID chips at the table. So that each chip will have an RFID chip in it, and we can run it pretty much automated all the time. And you can, we don't need to do a whole production for players to play on the table and get all of the information that you would get from a live stream game. All the bet sizing, all the hole cards, everything. So it's definitely something that we're looking forward to figuring out in the future. But again, we are still working out all the details, and today is day one of just getting the stream up and running. So so far, I am very pleased with how it's going. A couple little tiny hiccups, but nothing major.
Yeah. And yeah, so the line delineating where the scanners are and where your chips can be is important, because when you cut out a bet and you're going to say, I'm going to bet $350, whatever, you put your chips across that little boundary and the scanner will pick that up, whereas the rest of your chips are sitting well behind that. So actually what you can see there is that, for example, the way that Optimize has his chip set, if those were the RFID chips, it would be like reading that as a bet.
Yeah, it's just reading, it would be reading whatever his pinks and blacks that are over that line. So we would have to make him pull his chips back, or he's just making every hand a $3,000 straddle.
But yeah, no, that's something that's coming on down the line later. Could be very dramatic in terms of the improvement of game flow. But as of right now, we do still have Padawan producer Kristen flying the ship, pushing the buttons, turning the dials, and making everything fly for us this evening. As Chase putting out what looks to be something like a $90 straddle.
Sounds about right.
9-8 of spades into the muck from UTG. Kevin not interested in committing a substantial portion of his chips with so many players to act behind. And Anderson here going to wake up with number 1. So he'll raise to 3.5 blinds.
Is this what what all the hoopla in the other room was about?
Could have been hoopla-ish.
Man.
Chase.
God, if Anderson just gets his aces cracked here again, I'm going to just cry for him.
I will as well, but Chase is going to make the call from the straddle position. Ace-4 offsuit. We've got...
Okay. I think we're probably safe.
Yeah, queen high board here, rainbow flop, 720 in the middle. Anderson stacked to pot ratio somewhere around 2.5. He's going to bet out 400. And Chase, for some reason, hasn't snap folded this. And there it goes.
Chase, catch top pair or something.
That was not the hoopla.
Yes, hoopla incoming still. Anderson, though, also with a little bit of money incoming from that pot, will get him moving in the right direction.
Yeah, Ragnar Overby mentioning that he thinks it would be cool to see a digital screen for players. So we actually we have the capability and are planning to run dual streams with all of the player information in a online playing format in the future. So you can see that like you would see in an online game. And then also simultaneously run the live stream itself. So that's also something that this system is capable of doing, and that we will be rolling out at some point.
So I'm seeing 700 to call here. So
it's a $700 straddle.
$700 straddle here from Chase. Really pumping things up, as even JWIn with the largest stack at the table only has 20 big blinds. Envy here is just going to rip it all in, as you do with tens.
Yeah, in that spot, yeah.
With 5 bigs.
Oh, Chase got an ace.
Yeah. And he's already committed a substantial portion of his stack. He's doing the $700 straddle off of only 2K. So he's got a third of his stack already in.
Okay.
And there is virtually no chance that
And he
he's going to
calls,
fold
yeah.
this. Yeah,
Yep.
he calls. And here we go, all in
You got an ace?
for a chase with the ace high against the pocket tens of NB. Almost 6,000 in the middle. This is Texas Poker right here for y'all.
They're going to run it twice, I believe. Okay.
Bingo, bango, chase hits an ace
Oh!
and it's a 10.
10 on the road. This got to be the hoopla, right?
All
This has to
right.
be the hoopla.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we go
so
again.
First run out for Envy in dramatic fashion. Chase finds
Oh,
another
God.
ace.
It's going to happen.
Oh, good
Okay.
lord. Yeah, I was expecting
All right,
the
chop
last
it up.
10.
I know. When I.
All right. Chase finding 2 of the 3 aces in the deck, though, to get bailed out here and keep his money, plus a little bit of what was in the
I hit an ace both boards too.
pretty spicy spot. How do you feel about having all your chips in with pocket tens against the old ace tray there, right? For,
After he
for
shows his
everything.
hand, I don't feel great.
Yeah, you're like, I mean, I'll take this every day.
Like,
but
I know
also don't
that
know if
I
want
should
this.
win this a lot of the time, but I also know that there's an infinite number of aces in the deck, always, right? When you
Yeah.
have tens and you're
Yeah.
all in. There's always an infinite number of aces.
Definitely feels
It's obviously nice that he doesn't have, like, ace-jack or something there, but
But it just feels even more destined to come out.
Of course.
Because you're like, oh no, you've only
you
only got the
you have
3
three
out.
outs, you're definitely going to hit them both.
Yeah.
And he did. He hit an ace on both boards.
Yeah. Jay here, ace 10 of hearts. He's going to open this one up, and Anderson just going to play it as a flat. That'll bring JWIn in as a cold caller behind as well. Jack 7 suited, and Gauze a believer in the big lick. 9-6 of diamonds.
Chase never folding under any
million years.
circumstances. So we are going 5 ways to the flop. Let's see what we got. 5-4-4. Chase probably feels very good about this, I'm not gonna lie. Jay Leesy's flops the flush draw. Anderson's still sitting pretty on pocket 9s, so
Ooh, pardon me.
he's gonna raise it up. We get everybody else to fold. No,
Chase
Chase
just
just
piles
rips
it
it.
in.
Man, what a tough spot for everybody else. I mean, how much was Chase? Oh, one?
I think Jay here, it really just comes down to whether or not he's the type of player that feels comfortable just like, oh yeah, no, I got the nut flush draw, so let's play for all of it. Because like some people just snap call, right? Like the chips would have already been across the line.
Right.
They're like, no, I got the nut flush draw. It's a paired board. Obviously that changes things a little bit. But Anderson here, playing the 9s as a flat call pre and then going for the raise and facing this action is super weird because you didn't sort of define your opponent's ranges by 3-betting pre. So anybody
Right.
can have anything. Like it is
A 4 is 100% in Chase's range.
Yeah. And so that's
But
that's
also,
tough.
Chase's range also includes just flush draws, straight draws, and that is. I actually think Chase is playing it more like he's on a draw than he is like he has a 4, or
a bad
or
five.
he's just playing it like he has a garbage hand with a 5. 5 shitty kicker.
I don't have 4 or 5.
But it puts you in a really tough spot. I mean, Jay's probably thinking, like, if you have a 4, I'm live.
Hard to imagine anyone with a
If
full
you
house.
have just a flush draw, well, then I am ahead, and I'm probably fading, like, you know, maybe he has 6-7 of clubs. Like, I don't think he's doing that if he has 6-7, if he's opening a straight flush draw, but
Ooh, Jay
folds
lets it
and
go. Anderson
Anderson's-
snap calls it, and Anderson's
Anderson's-
86% favorite to win this hand. Needs to dodge.
that sounds bad as far as I'm concerned.
Well, he needs to dodge a 5 twice, or like running 8s. Some sort of 6-7 nonsense as well
Give me a
possible.
5.
$75. I don't want to put it.
See if they run it more than once or just the one time.
Oh,
It's
God.
another 5. That is absolutely
What?
disgusting. King of
They
diamonds.
are running it twice. God.
Okay.
There's only 1 5 left in this deck.
And
9s and 4s is good.
yeah, it's 2 pair for Chase, but an inferior one for him. So Anderson will still collect half the pot. Can you imagine if they just ran it one time, right? Like, I'm now a converted one-timer. Like, I would have been like, no, one time, and just like, oh, cool.
Yeah,
5.
he just hits. He
Right
just
on
banks
the
a 2
turn.
outer, and that's why, in Anderson's spot, I am way more apt to run it twice myself, but also to encourage other people. Like, if they're like, well, should I run it twice? Yeah, you should, because worst case scenario, you're chopping this. Well, I mean, technically, worst case scenario, you're getting scooped, but that's literally hitting both of the 5s in the deck. That's
Sure.
assuming that he just goes perfect on both boards. So the highest likelihood, you're probably still scooping. And if you're not scooping, at worst, you're chopping in that spot.
Yeah. I mean,
Whereas-
you're not wrong.
Chase is only ever winning that once in reality. Technically speaking, he could
you
win
run
it
it,
twice.
yeah, sure.
But it's very unlikely for him to win both runouts. So he's just giving himself a second opportunity to not get stacked when he finds out how far behind he is.
Sure. Envy here opening to 30. Gets quickly 3-bet on the button by Gauze with the Jack-10 suited. Chase calls out of the small blind, and Envy only calls from the cutoff. I think when you have someone who's playing as loose as Chase
This
is,
is flop. Action.
yeah,
Oh,
I would
my
tend to go for another bet. I mean, yeah, you can keep a weak range in there, but against a button
Do we go
3-bet.
Chase check on the flop? Yeah.
Yeah, checks all the way through on the flop. Yeah, very curious. This hand is the most interesting one so far, as the decision points already are pretty far off of the standard. Gauze here is just going to check back the flop and then fold the 2 overs in the up and
Yeah.
downer.
Chase
Brick
has
City.
Jack high. Envy's feeling pretty good.
And Envy
About
just
queens
turns over
there.
the queens as well, like not interested in charging a 9 or
I don't
8.
think I don't think they were ever going to get paid there, you know.
Well, we can see that, but
No, of course.
Chase is the guy that has the random 8, the random 9, and isn't going to fold.
But also has the random 8-9 and you're losing to. So I mean,
No,
not
we
that
would've
that's
been all in already.
that's probably true.
Yeah, I don't know. That hand played out very quickly, so we didn't really
Yeah.
have a lot of time to pick it apart. But I think
I was
that
very
there were-
surprised with the fact that it just checked around on the flop too. Does it seem weird?
super strange. You
Yeah.
have the range advantage.
You have 2 players who
You
flop
have a-
open-ended, and then a third player is sitting on an overpair. And there's just, it just goes check. So,
Yeah, no, the dynamic in that
interesting.
corner is going to be something to keep our eyes on, as I think we could see some more interesting plays if those gentlemen all get sort of tangled up together. JWIn here going to open the low jack, Jack 8 of spades. Gauze with a dominating spade hand, Queen 9 will make the call. Chase, of course, needs to see a flop with the 10-4 off. And Kevin going to try to thin the field with a squeeze out of the small blind to 150 with a couple of 7s. I think this is a little bit small. I would have liked to see this probably up at about 200 if you really want to get everybody out of here. The problem is that if JWIn calls, then you probably
that's
get call
the
behind.
reality is that you only need to get through JWIn. That's it.
Does get through JWIn, and that is going to
And
lead
then
to a castle
yeah, and
fold.
Chase will pay you off, but you're ahead of Chase, so it doesn't matter.
Nah, Chase can't
Oh, I
continue unless
can't.
they're in.
Yeah, right.
I was worried for Kevin that he wasn't going to have the price quite high enough, but it worked out.
Yeah, I think that's just. I think he just got lucky that JWIn's holdings were not good enough to continue. He can't 4-bet, and he knows if he calls, he's going 4 ways to a flop, and he's holding Jack 8.
Yeah, but Jack 8 suited, I think. I mean, so obviously just put that hand in the rear view. But I think they're knowing that you're just going to get call behind if you flat.
Sure.
Like Jack 8 suited, like what more could you want, right? Like if you make the nuts, like it's going to be some sort of weird disconnected looking board, and there's going to be a lot of pairs out there.
You'll probably get paid.
Yeah, so
For
I
sure.
think that's the spot to peel for the price that was laid. Had it been 200, I think the fold would have been snappy, but for 150, you would have seen me in there, and it would have brought everybody to a flop probably. But it was not.
I
cheap.
would have folded just based on the fact that there's also 2 players left to act behind me. I think.
Those mofos are just calling 100%.
I know that
100%.
in this specific dynamic with those specific players. So it definitely depends on the lineup and what you think how you think players are going to respond to that.
Well, you said you know that they would do that. Well, then why wouldn't you call
Yeah,
it the
but I
Jack
mean,
8?
because I still just have Jack 8. It's
Yeah,
kinda-
Jack 8 sucks. Like,
Yeah.
let's be honest, but it's suited, and
I just
you
want to
make
move
the
on to the
nuts.
next
It's
hand.
Awesome.
Let's just go to the next hand.
Listen, Linda.
Let's just move the fuck on. You know, I don't want to play Jack 8.
31. Anderson here, gonna straddle the 10. As let's see, it's just about high time for another gambling session. So, Mr. Pratt, are you with us? I would like another $20, please. I know I just jinxed myself, but we're still gonna try. All right, Kevin gonna raise it up out of the cutoff. Ace 10 off suit. Nam in the mix out of the small blind with 10-5 suited, and he's gonna get a couple more callers in here as well.
Oh. I'm going to
All right, we're
All
getting
right.
lots of spoilers here from the production staff, but we are.
All right.
All right.
Nam turns his flush, gets there. I don't think any. 8-3. Chase still has 2 pair somehow. Somehow he's in this hand and has 2 pair,
And
and
is
will
way
continue.
behind.
Yeah, there we go.
This is why you flat the 10-5 suited from the small blind, because you can turn the
Sure.
10 high flush.
Sure. I mean, why not, right?
Yeah, Jay has a pair and a bad flush draw, and he's going to think about this for a little bit longer just to sort of save face for betting the 125, I think. And Chase now is just all in, right?
put it all in blind?
No? Oh, he called. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Nam still with 500 behind, 9 of spades on the end, changes nothing. Nam rips it, and Chase will call and pay that man his money.
Set on the
We got some interesting characters at this table today, and really interesting, like, play styles, because these 2 hands are very, like, I can't talk. They are very much hands that you would see both of them playing at any point in time.
Yeah.
Both of, like, there's no way that either of them wouldn't have those 2 hands there. Like, it just makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Spicy, spicy.
Which is great. I love it.
What are we looking at, Sal?
Also, I love this back and forth here in the chat. We got Mo the Cat here saying that JWIn is never calling that Jack 8 suited to a squeeze because he's out of position. No, he was in position against the small blind squeezer. And he may not be me, but I've seen JWIn play some shit
JWIn
way splashier than me, bro.
JWIn will mix it up. I would definitely not say that he's not playing it because he's JWIn.
Yeah, dude.
JWIn definitely not like a particularly
Nitty character.
yeah, no, not
Yeah.
at all. The hands that I have seen him show down, the river calls that he's made with like king high, like JWIn will definitely mix it up with some speculative bullshit. So that's not the reason.
All around me?
Speculative bullshit. Hashtag. Yeah. Okay, so that pot gets shipped over to Nam as he turns the 10-5 suited into gold.
All right, we were told that
Chase
this.
is all in.
Here we go.
Chase is
We
straddling all
were
of his
we were
chips.
warned that this would be a spicy one, right? So we have it's 5, 5, 10, 20, 40 all in. And a nice little tip for the dealer.
Half now, half
Little
later. If
bribe.
I win, says Chase. With his blue tip chips. Those are $2 tip chips. And we are going to get a quick countdown of what appears to be $915 or $20. $915 all in free for Chase. Chase brings the heat around
Oh
here.
yeah. I mean,
I'd love to see it.
he could, this could play out a couple of different ways. Chase could just walk away with $60 or $80 of free money. Yeah, $80 of free money. But I'm going to go out on a hunch. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that that's not what happened.
Have you ever gone out on a hunch?
On a limb, though. I have, on a hunch, once or twice.
He said all in.
Words are hard.
Combining my euphemisms into nonsense. It happens.
Yeah.
It is.
Nam here wondering if he should pile it in with ace-7 suited on the button. He has effectively like 2 blinds, and the book says yes. He says
Sure.
no. You're up against a blind hand as well as 5 additional ranges, I guess, that you had to get through. Or 4 additional ranges. Small blind, big blind, first straddle, second straddle. No, 5. Okay. So yeah, I'm also reasonable to just be like, yeah, I don't want to
I think
play
anybody
finals that.
deciding, Oh, and he just wakes up. Oh, look at this.
Yeah, Gauze with the 10s.
Let's see. Gauze flop a set. Chase just flop the nut straight, and then just sweat the run out. Let's go.
All right.
Doesn't know
Caroline
what he
here
has. Like,
channeling
he wants to see if
a
you have
pretty
like,
sick, nasty run out.
No, I mean, if you have a pair. You got a pair?
Sure.
Oh.
Boom! Flops a 9, turns a 9. And
Chase has no
doesn't
idea
know
what he has.
yet.
This is the best part.
And he
Shows
shows
the jack.
first.
Oh, the
be
most epic slow roll of all time. I mean, he doesn't know, so it's obviously not intentional, but it's so fun.
This could be a heart, this could be an ace, or this could be a 9 for him to have the winner, and
Yeah.
he's got it. And he's pumped, and Dawes is going to have to double up Chase for 900 and change with the pocket 10.
All right.
Incredible
And that's
stuff.
exactly why you just blind straddle your whole stack, guys. Do it. Take a note from Chase. Next time you're at the table, figure out a way to play all of your hands live.
There you go.
It's like the first one he's won in a long time. It's also the first one he hasn't looked at before making a decision. So
The
working
hidden
for him.
strategy.
It's worth losing 3K.
There we go.
all right.
All right, did we lose Mr. David Pratt?
Fucking cooler. You wake up with a
Are
fucking
you no longer with
Oh,
us?
Pratt, where
Because
are
the
you?
gambling is ready. It's the pump is primed.
No way you can fold. There's no way you
All right. I'm going to go grab some Topo Chicos.
Perfect. I will be here.
Okay.
You're a fucking idiot.
Envy, ace-7 of spades going into the muck from under the gun. Always interesting to see how people play things like queen jack off. Ace middling suited from under the gun. Optimize here, going to go ahead and raise from the hijack, 6-4 suited. Anderson will peel from the small blind, and we're going heads up to a flop between these two players. Optimize there with his lovely mug shot. Flops bottom pair and the best hand.
Oh, good match.
Anderson pretty natural check over to the pre-flop aggressor and a c-bet to the tune of just about half pot. Anderson going to make the call here with a couple of backdoors. Not the most inspiring holdings, but ace high going to be good some of the time. Just going to be tough to hold on, really. Does have the, of course, the ace of clubs. So that makes actually a lot of sense. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, I really wanted to win that.
Check and check on the queen of diamonds turn.
so happy
8
he
of
did.
clubs on the end, and Anderson gonna hammer this for 2x pot. Takes it down as his opponent lets go of the pair of sixes in the best hand. So well played. Anderson had a plan all along of just please put a club out there so that I can take this down. All right, Poker Monkey here saying that David Pratt said he had to go a while back. So all right, thank you for the update. Didn't see that in the chat. So he is gone. Aldo wants to know, why is it so dark on the overhead shot? No, it is curious. We have a little bit of a different contrast. We have a different, it's also a different brand of camera. So that camera just has its own sort of unique style. It does very much look way darker in the dark spots. Now you can see from this angle, of course, on the other camera, that it's more of a hazy black instead of a pitch black. All right, multi-way action here as we have a $100 straddle and a bunch of limping. Yeah, a bunch of limping. Everybody trying to get in the mix here with Mr. Chase on the giant straddle. So 600 in the middle. And yeah, hold on, bear with us. I'm trying to. Oh, well, we had some issues on this hand as well, so. Apparently we will have some camera issues in the not so distant future, but as far as this hand goes, we've gotten the action all caught up. It was checky and Nam betting the king queen of clubs here. 2 overs and no club in sight, but nobody had anything, and so he's just gonna win. And he's gonna turn the hand over. And yeah, everybody kind of squint at that one and be like, wow, I mean, okay, I guess you win, but
I knew you
sort of a
could
bold
speak
move.
English.
Ragnar here says, lol, Texas heads up is too much for the graphics. Damn straight, man. Yeah, we definitely are going to have to get the graphics improved to the point where we can have the standard multi-way action all congruent and on the screen at the same time. $300 straddle here from Mr. Chase. He's already rubbing the cards. Oh wait, Nam raising the cards as well, sort of trying to heat them up. Ace-4 suited, not good enough. So he's going to ditch that one. Thank you. JWIn here on the button with King Queen offsuit, seeing this $300 straddle out there, should be inclined to come in for an open, probably to something like 700. He says 1,000. My goodness. A 3x open when the stacks are this shallow. Sort of telling everybody, like, if you want to go all in, I will call you. Everybody's out of there. Chase has the dirty diaper, and this is $300 he's never going to get back. Throws the chips over to JWIn, who is happy to receive them. John Schoberg here with the comment says, the felt is hard to watch on, needs to be a uniform color. Yeah, so we may be moving on to a different felt in the not so distant future. This is the first iteration, and we're always happy to have your feedback. So thank you for letting us know, and we will take that into consideration. Personal opinion, what do you think about that felt?
I think it's okay. I think it was a good attempt at making something a little bit different from just a straight one color felt. I think the gradients maybe are a little too extreme.
Agreed.
because it's like a hard black and like a almost pure white when you get to the brightest point. So they could be a little less, extreme, but
Yeah. No, I like contrast. I think contrast is good. It gives the viewer sort of some, visual, I don't know what the word that I'm looking for,
Interest,
aesthetic
yeah.
maybe. Yeah, but at the end of the day, I do agree. I think the gradient is a little bit too strong.
Pretty nice.
So we'll see about the future. Maybe we'll come up with something that's a little bit smoother. I mean, you can imagine a world within which we have a lot of dark to light color gradients across the table that are just much smoother with, more gradual transitions.
Right,
Where
right.
you have sort of the aesthetic, but it's not just this very stark white, black, black.
right.
So yeah, we'll be looking at.
Yeah, felt, that's an easy change. So that's not the end of the world. But there are obviously other changes that would be a lot more difficult to make a reality. Some of this, but I don't-
The table looks pretty cool. It does, yeah. It looks weird right here. What's going on, son? Yeah, two folded. So I really gotta get out of here. Two fold.
All right.
5 more hands. Ain't my fault.
Make it not so zombie dystopian theme, black white with a splash of blood. No, that's the look we're going for. So
I like that. Zombie dystopian.
Jimmy Britt mentioning with the dark room, the table should be lighter. The reason we added the white in and of itself is because it is a dark room and otherwise very dark table, because the previous table was just black on black on black on black. So.
Yeah, if you remember.
So this
the
is
previous
actually a much lighter table than what we were using before. However, still room for improvement.
Chance Erickson here in the chat saying a little late to the stream, but in my humble opinion, the hand graphic is a bit too big. Yeah, we agree, and that is something we will be iterating on. So thank you very much for that contribution, and we will be doing our best to improve everything. Once again, this is the first live stream that we are doing with the new RF Poker live stream setup. So we do appreciate all of y'all's feedback, and we look forward to iterating on this and bringing you the very best product in live stream poker entertainment that we can. Here out of TCH Austin, I am your host, Aaron McAvoy, Aaron, hanging out here with the artist formerly known as super producer Carolyn.
Indeed.
They don't want to do it. But
Yeah, like I said before, I am definitely pleased with how things are turning out so far. And we're still working on all the little things that could be improved.
Less than 20 bigs stuff.
Daniel Park, what's up, dude? Stop talking about the table. Talk about the poker. All right, man. We'll do that.
I know, we're very excited about the table. Let us just have our moment with the table. Come on.
It is pretty cool. Actually, I'm very excited about what the future holds for this table and
Yeah.
for everything that it brings. Okay, so we've got a $80 open on the button from Chase. Optimize is going to squeeze out of the big blind. Ace, queen of diamonds. We are getting the action all caught up here. And it looks like it is folds all the way back to Chase, who is, of course, going nowhere. He has connected cards. And
He has 2 cards and numerous chips, so he's in there, I think.
Poker Monkey here with a very good comment. It's great compared to losing the video.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Thank goodness we have everything sorted out. So it turns out that we had a bad Windows update that was corrupting all of the driver updates, so that there would be like a weird desync between Windows and the new drivers. and it just kept leading to that blue screen ram death like over and over. So we got that ironed out. Big shout out to David Pratt as well, the resident IT expert. He came in, took a look at the nitty gritty, and got it sorted out.
Stats are going to be wrong? Okay. Okay, cool.
All right.
So here's one of the really cool things that we just learned about this table and this system is that we actually just had a glitch and had to restart the stream.
But did any of y'all notice?
Nothing.
No,
You
didn't.
guys didn't see anything. You might see a little something in 10 minutes.
Give it, yeah.
But
give
it
a-
didn't just like die. I mean, that's still an improvement.
Yeah. All right, so Optimize and Chase here still tangled up, as I believe this was check on the flop. I could be wrong. Could have been a small bet on the flop. Do apologize. We are also working on getting the heads-up action sort of over time graphic, right, that we used to have previously. So it would let you know like who bet on what street once we got down to heads up. As it stands, it is a bet from Optimize, and he's going to get there. Binks a queen of hearts here on the end, which is going to give him the best hand. Checks it over, and Chase should be happy to take showdown with his pair of nines. Unfortunately, he'll find that he got outdrawn with the overcards of his opponent. So Optimize is going to ship a nice chunky pot there, 1.5K.
What is that? The second hand he's played?
Yeah, could be.
I think that's about right. We could. Oh no, we can't find out. Yeah. If I mean, that's what they say to do, right? You know. Chris Reese says, I don't love the new table for some reason. That's fair. You know, you don't have to love it. The look of the new table, again, not set in stone. We're really more asking for feedback on the like the graphic overlays and things like that, more so than the felt. So, does somewhere have a giant Manscaped ad on their table?
Yeah, no. Well, there's several places that are working with
Yeah, they're selling
advertisements
advertisements
on the felt. And yeah, we are not doing that at the moment. Of course, we have the RF Poker on there because they are the newest game in town, the ones running this new show from the table and software perspective. So happy to support them.
Here's the little issue we ran into.
Okay. Oh, wait. So
But
it does go to no signal. All right. Well, while we're here, what do you say we do a gamble?
Well, look, it's already back, I think. All right, gamble. Let's do it. Okay.
Dang
you already
it.
went.
You should have gone first. No, you're going to get a 14.
I need a quadruple up. And then I'm going to just hit and run. Sounds fair.
Let's see.
Oh,
my
three.
God.
A 3.
Wow.
Let's go,
A
people.
14 would have been good, man. All right. To everybody who's noticing the glitch, I didn't realize it was going to be that dramatic. Obviously, I thought maybe it would just.
You thought it happened and was over already.
Yeah, I kind of thought we just got through it with no issue. But to be fair, it was like a 10-second glitch, and we're back. So that's still pretty good.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no shutting it all down and starting the delay over. So.
Onwards and upwards. We do have a slight pause as we had $10, $20, and $40 straddle come out, and now Sal is waiting to get the go-ahead after our little hiccup. And there you go. See, that right there was probably about 30 seconds of your life gone. That nowhere
in the
near
past
10
would have been
minutes.
10 minutes. Yeah,
Exactly.
at least 10 minutes, probably closer to 15.
So round of applause for the RF Poker guys. You guys are doing good work. Thank you guys all for tuning in, for hitting the like button, for hanging out with us each and every Monday. Welcome back. Thank you guys for hanging with us. That card just did like 3 full rotations. That was a pretty good pitch.
Look at that one.
Yeah. Sal's on point here. All right, $40 straddle here from JWIn.
Uh-oh.
New software.
Are we having more issues, or is it? Oh, just
Oh, okay.
conversation about them.
Okay.
Okay. So what it was we got locked into a single camera view, and had to restart things. So it was a little bit of a hiccup, and or we had to recount stacks.
Gotcha.
Okay. So because we had to restart the system, we do still have to recount stacks, which would have happened with the old system as well. So, all right. Unfortunately, we are going to be waiting just a little bit longer as everyone counts down their stacks. And let's do a little Q&A. Anybody got any questions they'd like to ask us
Yeah.
here in the chat? Anything about poker or non-poker things? Obviously, try to keep things civil, but we'll be happy to answer. I got a question for you, Ms. Carolyn.
Uh-oh.
Are you interested in playing any of the World Series of Poker this year?
I am heading out there for the first week, so I will be there.
Okay. What events are you playing?
So I am going to play just, what is it? What are they calling it now? Like the homecoming or
Okay, like the first
the
big
opening
one,
the
$500.
$500.
Yeah. Okay.
So I plan on playing that, and then there's a couple events outside of the WSOP that are going on at the same time that that I'll probably, take a shot at.
What about the
smaller.
Ladies No Limit Hold'em Championship?
It's just a totally different time. Like, if I run real good, I might head back for some other events. But,
Okay.
I got, like, the whole family thing.
The
So,
whole family.
so like, I can't just be like, oh, I'm going to go out there for an indefinite amount of time,
Shipping the ladies event could happen in, I think, 3 days. I think it's a 3-day event.
Yeah, no, like I said, like, if I felt like it was just, like, if I cashed in something,
Sure. I mean, I'm
then I would
teasing, but I know exactly
definitely
what you mean.
justify going back out there.
Yeah, I'm hoping to ship something or at least make a deep run in, pardon me, one of these local tournaments because, yeah, things have been sort of rough in the tournament streets for me here as of late.
Yeah, I really haven't played any tournaments at all since the last time that you and I busted that tournament almost exactly the same time. That was like the last real tournament that I've played. So, I mean,
All right, we're back up and at 'em, and Chase is all in again.
perfect.
Because why wouldn't he be? He's got what appears to be somewhere just south of $1,000, maybe that 915 or so that he had prior.
7 folds. All in. Okay. 8 goes all in.
We just fast forwarded into the future all of a sudden, and
Uh-oh.
Anderson is all in as well. So we just had a little hiccup there. But Anderson's all in. JWIn has folded, so this is going to be an all-in between Anderson and Chase.
He just wakes up with King Jack. I mean, he's not. Anderson's like, oh, that's way better than I was hoping you had.
Yeah, this suddenly is
Shit.
just like a 65-45 here for Anderson. Does have the clubs covered,
Anybody?
Fuck you.
and presumably running this twice,
Oh, the worst.
That's fine, $50
as we just saw the graphics pop up for 2 boards. And
Hold in.
unclear why we were already seeing the equities so heavily weighted towards Anderson there, but I guess it is read in the flop already. So Anderson is going to win the first one with the ace high. Let's see if Chase keeps his money on the second run out. Nothing working for him just yet. Clubs are no good. Going to need to be a non-club jack or a king. Doesn't find it.
Wow, Anderson's the scoop with the ace high, man. Oh, he's looking through. He's like, all my outs are in there.
The burned jacks in the burns. And yeah,
All right,
that's gonna do it
Anderson
for
making a
Chase.
comeback, Here we go. And JWIn's like, man, I folded ace 5. Good bet.
Poker Monkey here in the chat says going to be in Vegas playing the Colossus and the Deep Stack. Going to be there from the 22nd through the 99th.
This
June
says
99th
29?
is my favorite day.
Oh,
of
no,
June.
it says 29 there. Oh. He wrote 99 first.
I just had to put that in there, a little jab.
It's a long trip.
Numbers are hearts, words are hearts, dates
Yeah,
are
yeah.
hearts. So I get it, man. I get it.
Yeah, so I head out actually. I'm going to get there, I think, the 31st of May. And then we're there for like a week-ish.
Cool.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to see some good results here before long. Otherwise, I may just be going out there for the main. Because the old poker bankroll gets depleted pretty quick when you brick a bunch of big tournaments. So that's the way it goes.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of why I'm planning on playing some of the events that are outside of the WSOP itself.
A little bit
Because
smaller.
there's a lot of
Nice
big
spot.
guarantees for just pretty small buy-ins. So we'll see what happens. You know, my main objective is the homecoming, and if I make a deep run in that, then I just won't have time to play anything else, and it won't matter.
Damn straight. Kevin here gonna c-bet from the cutoff with pocket eights on a king high board. Was the preflop aggressor, so sort of just gonna c-bet the king high boards two-tone pretty aggressively.
Wow.
Gets called by Optimize with the top pair and turns a set. So going to continue barreling, and Optimize here definitely going to be thinking that his hand is best. Has no club in hand. Wait, Kevin slows down with a check? Obviously, Optimize has not won this hand. There we go. All right, we're back, but it is a check, and Kevin playing this one tricky. Optimize, of course, going to go for value. Bets 2/3 now on the turn. The problem with slowing down and then going for a check raise is that now your hand is super strong looking. Whereas if you just continue betting, then you've got all the draws in your
Right.
hand. Like if you had queen 10, you're still going to bet the 8 of diamonds. If you have ace 4 of clubs, you're still going to bet the 8 of diamonds. So he's going to go for the check call and then presumably check all rivers.
Yeah.
4 of diamonds. So you definitely can't go for the check call on the turn if you're going to do anything other than check the river. So he does check the river, but then the
I
check
think
raise is gonna
Optimize, like, does he bet this? I don't know if he does after getting called on the turn. Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That is pretty spicy. I mean, yeah, it's sort of like Optimize is sort of cornered into a spot where it's like, you can't really have much value here. At best, you're going to have like a jack, a middling jack or something that just like range bet the flop and then starts check calling. So I think he could have gone for value, probably from a game theory standpoint, should have gone for small value. But dodges the giant check raise that was obviously incoming.
Right.
So pretty fantastic stuff there.
Do I have hour downs, Kristen?
Wow.
Do I have hour downs?
Wow, wow, wow.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, he just sniffed that one out, I think.
Well, it's also a position where there are a ton of draws that have
Like
missed.
twice this stream.
And your hand is good, but it's still just one pair.
Right.
So you're like,
right.
if I check, even if you have the fucking busted draw and decide now's the time to go for this crazy check raise bluff, I don't want to see that. That sucks for me.
Or it puts him in such a tough
And
spot.
if you do have me beat, why do I want to bet anyways? Like, I
Right.
get it. I definitely
No,
get it.
I think I probably, a lot of the time, not always, but depending on who you know, my opponent and stuff, I think I check it back there a lot of the
Yeah,
time.
just don't go for the thin value to avoid specifically getting the check raise that
Right.
just makes you sick. Yeah. No, I hear it. I feel it. Pardon me. Anderson here going to continue with the toppest of pairs, and his opponent runs for the hills, so he's just going to take that one down. Anderson has uploaded a photograph now.
Oh, look at that!
Yeah, he's got it in there. He's got the
He's
Pokemon
wearing
and
the
everything.
and he's wearing his blazer.
Blue suede suit.
Yeah, which we haven't seen him rocking lately.
Oh, but he's dropping $2 bills for the tipping.
He does love the $2 bills.
I mean, that's a true baller move when you start slinging.
Look at all everybody's uploading pictures now. I love it. This is great.
Yeah, people are, now that we've gotten them acclimated to the app and the options that they have with said app.
Well, and once the players learn what the app offers to them, like what, you got to be sold on it. Like, what is it that this is gonna? How does this app benefit me? And then once you learn like what it means, you're like, oh, yeah, no, definitely, I'm gonna download that and I'm gonna log in and I'm gonna put my picture up there. Why the hell not?
Yeah.
I don't think that's gonna go well.
It's going great.
All right, Jack, can you hear me? Tell me if you can hear me.
I don't
feel like
know
this
why.
is like this is like one of those safer work porns. Like that's like the that's how it would be.
There's a giant foam microphone cover just randomly in here, and I just noticed that that's what it was, and so I put it onto Carolyn's microphone, and it just looked absolutely ridiculous. That was pretty funny. The sound is not equal. Thank you. Instant feedback for the
Thank you, chat.
Not safe for porn. What did you call it?
Have you ever seen those like? It's just like a funny thing where they take like still images from porn and then like take like a paint program and just like cover all of the not safe for work content
Okay.
with like dumb pictures
Okay.
that make it safe for work porn.
Yeah, now it's
you know?
safe for work. Yeah. Fully safe for work. JWIn here. We'll finish with the best hand if we get to showdown. He's got aces and jacks with the queen kicker on board. Nam here with a busted straight draw. Thinking about going for a big bluff here. Problem is that it's tough to get your opponent off of anything. If you're going to bluff, I guess you're targeting a queen or a 7 at this point. Didn't follow the action super well. But Nam does appear to be going for it. 565 in the middle. He's going to put 3 something out there.
No, he's saying I have a jack, bro,
325.
and
gonna be a
he's
snap.
100% getting called. Oh, okay. I thought he folded. I thought he was folding. I didn't see the chips out there. I
Oh,
was
no,
like,
no,
how
was
is
a
that not a snap call? Thumbs up, Aaron.
Thumbs up. So that's pretty funny. Oh, I know.
Oh,
what it is.
Chance Erickson asking app question mark? Yes. So this table and this software is connected to an app that you can download on your telephone device, which allows you to access all of the data from the games that you've played in. So all of your hand histories and all kinds of super useful information.
Like, it literally breaks down your hand histories by street. So it's like, I played this hand against JWIn 3 months ago. Let me go back and be like, oh, yeah, so he raised to 250, and I called, and then the turn was this, and then this happened. Like, you get the whole thing. It's basically like pulling hand histories from online poker.
Yeah.
Except it's from live poker on the live stream.
And it isn't there just yet, but none of you would know this anyways if I said that because none of you have played on the live stream. But
Well,
now you know that. In the near future, what this app will also do is you'll pull up the hand history and you will be able to click on it and it will immediately bring you to the video of that hand.
like a timestamp in the video where you just like tap it and be like view hand and it'll take you straight to it.
Yeah.
Freaking
Just
awesome.
so cool. So
So
the amount
especially
of
for
stuff that
bloggers,
this,
right?
yeah.
It's huge. You're just like, oh yeah, so then there was that hand where I won the $2,000. Boop, takes you straight to it. You clip it, you upload
Yep.
it, you're done. I mean, this is a game changer. Speaking of changer, we have a dealer changer, and it's time for a double.
Yeah,
yellow
let's
bomb.
go.
I think we can maybe almost gamble again. I'm gonna scroll up.
I don't know. I feel like we just gambled. I feel like that was just now.
Oh God, that was only 15 minutes ago.
Yeah. Oh, someone rolled a 1. I'm sorry.
Bucci, you have our deepest condolences for
sorry.
your won and your loss of 200 points. Better luck.
Streamlabs is like, I don't know. We've been gone for a little bit, and I think Streamlabs just mad at us or something. Who knows?
Got some pent up rage.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of losing rolls.
Buki has a very positive outlook on things. I'm number 1. Hell yeah, dude. Chance here says he's Canadian. Odds are he won't get any chances to play there. Well,
Why not?
dude, we
I'm
actually
sorry,
allow Canadians
yeah.
into the country, so you should.
You're more than
book a
welcome
flight, man.
to come down here. I don't even think it's that long a flight, depending on where you're from.
Yeah. No, I think you can get down here from Saskatchewan pretty quick.
Saskatchewan.
I'm pretty sure that's how they say it. Yeah.
I mean, it sounds pretty accurate.
We do have the blue cards back in play as John here is going to gather up all of the antes.
Chance is asking about Chase's stats, and I do have to, unfortunately, let you know that when that no signal screen came up, we had that brief, very brief interruption. All the stats got lost, so that's not going to happen for the rest of the stream.
As you can see, top left corner of your screen, hand number 6 currently happening, and of course we are on like hand 50. So we lost all of the previous hands in terms of the cumulative stats, so that is an unfortunate thing. We do apologize for that. We won't be able to show you guys a full stream update. Hopefully we won't have any further issues in the future, and it'll always be like we get to the end, there were 100 hands, and we click it, and you get to see the whole history and everything. But as of right now,
what do we got right now? JWIn has bullshit. Kevin's got a king high heart draw on the bottom and just the ace of diamonds on top. If he wants to rep that ace high flush draw as well, because both flushes just got there.
Yeah, Kevin
So
has
I think
a pretty
Kevin's
mean bluffing hand.
I mean, his king high hearts is good. We can see that. But also, like, he can just scoop with the dry ace on top, too. And a pair of 3s, I guess?
Yeah, JWIn ditches the jack high flush, and the only caller is Envy here, who is literally just playing the 9 high flush with a...
Which is good, and I mean, Kevin can't outdraw, but, like, Envy is not from Texas, has not played a ton of bomb pots. So I think that realistically maybe is not fully
aware of how bad a 9 high flush on
just
one
like,
board and a pair of 9s on the other board
yeah,
is.
just maybe is not quite.
fair.
I mean, I guess had had nothing.
nine.
Had a pair of 9s, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And this is one of the sort of special things about playing poker in Texas is that you do get sort of a trial by fire.
If
in
you're
the moment of the
Ragnarok, no. You cannot download the hand histories of other players. You have to come and play on this live stream yourself. And then you get your own hand history. You will be able to see like your hand history versus other players, but not just like all of the data for, say, Optimize or whatever. Like that's not quite it. Anyways, continue.
Optimize is going to go ahead and open it up to 25. We just had the sort of standard 5 and 5 here, and that's just going to get the job done as raise and take it here for Optimize. Easy game. Anderson is back, took a quick step away from the table, but he has rejoined and will be putting on the straddle, I imagine.
But the app, if you are curious as to what it is, it's RF Poker. You can find it on app stores and things like that. But it's not going to really be of any use to you until you actually play on the table. But you know, once you get in here and play on the table, it's going to have all your data and information and all that. So right now, not not going to give you much, but it will.
I think the RF Poker app is meant to be more than just specifically linked to this. I don't know the details. I think it could be. I'm still working through the details on what it offers.
I was
but
not aware that it was supposed to be more than that. I thought it was just supposed to be.
Yeah, I may be wrong.
You're
about
making things up now?
that. Yeah, probably.
Okay, cool. Just checking.
It does everything. It'll do your laundry
Oh.
and make you a grilled cheese.
Is there an extra fee for that, like a subscription service or something?
It's downloadable content DLC for the grilled cheese. But,
Okay.
Laundry, I think, is just a 2.0 version, just freebie. Coming.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I better update my app.
Yeah. All right, Nam and Kevin tangling up here in a single raised pot. Queen high, couple of clubs here. Spicy here for Kevin as he's got a gutty and a flush draw. Nam with the best hand. Nam has the best hand with the ace high and the backdoor nut clubs. Comes a 4 of spades though, and that doesn't really change much.
Nope.
Nam still well out in front, but not gonna feel like it.
Did we go check on the turn? Or on the flop? Did we go check? I don't understand these
No,
players
I
anymore.
think it was small bet and a call. Nam was the pre-flop aggressor, so I think check, small bet, call. Or it may have been check. Sorry. Once again, we are going to incorporate the heads up like master plan
bet
of
90 call.
what happened.
Bet 90 call.
Okay.
Live 10.
Oh, and then I just missed the rest of it because I was looking at the past.
Why would you do that?
I don't know.
The
Don't focus on the past,
future is
people.
now, Carolyn.
Live in the present,
Get up there, there's no seat. I'll come
which
right
is
back, I
also
promise.
10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, something like that.
So I think I'm real close to right at the street. But I'll stay for the bar. Maybe we'll see what time it is. 30.
7-fold, 8-fold.
All right, moving right along.
JWIn here updated his photo.
Oh, look at that. What a nice picture.
Teal hoodie. Look of
Short
pensive.
sleeve hoodie, which is just ultimate class.
The short sleeve non-zip hoodie. Do you dig that?
No, I don't. It just reminds me of Bill Belichick, but I was trying to be nice.
Just throw Jay right under the bus. Man.
Sorry.
Kevin here.
I mean, it's fine. We live in Texas. You don't want long sleeves, but why wear a hoodie in the first place?
Kevin here
No.
with a cold 4 opportunity, and he's gonna take it. This is ace queen on ace queen violence as the ace queen of spades for Gauze on the button, raised to 140 after the initial open to 30. Envy calling in between. Squeezed to 425 when you're cold 4 betting. You don't need to go huge, so this is just a standard 3x sizing from the small blind. I think for the cold 4, that's perfectly reasonable. Optimized here. If the 10-5 was suited, he might have to take a page out of Nam's cookbook. But as it stands, he is just waiting for the action to get all caught up here. And then we'll be folding momentarily.
It makes sense for me to look at my stats. But when you start looking at
He's
his
just
stats,
Hollywooding
I was
for
like,
his TV time with his 10-5 offsuit.
touching your cards, and I was like,
JWIn here. Gonna go ahead and
he
ditch.
started like ballooning his
JWIn
Queen
proving
six.
us right in that he is not in it.
I was like, he doesn't know it's on him. I was like, he doesn't know.
Queen 6 is also just a super sexy hand.
Going through a whole thought process.
One of the queens is missing from the deck, so unlikely that we'll see a queen on the board. However, you never know. Spades against hearts at this point. Boom. 2 hearts. Kevin, as the 4-better, going to have a very good continuation here. 925 in the middle. Likely to see something between 250 and
Envy
300.
folded the king-jack offsuit. Point
Yeah,
that out.
no, that is an unfortunate flop to see when you've just folded king jack off. All right, 250 to 300 here for Kevin, likely incoming. However, did he check this over to Gauze? No. Oh, Gauze seemingly was reaching for chips, but no, Kevin is indeed still in the tank. And 300 it is. Gauze here with the ace, queen high. His hand will be good sometimes, but the mustache has already assumed the folding position. Kevin now pointing at the $5 lurking in the corner, saying, that belongs to me. Make sure you put that in there before things get too crazy. His opponent does fold the ace, queen of spades, and Kevin will appropriately wager his opponent off of the chop.
All right. Let's see. What else we got going on?
It's auto pose for screen goals.
Jedi Master Ted is the points leader at this point with 2 million effing points. Skullbone hot on his heels.
Yeah, 1.9.
Very large
Squire
separation
Roo,
between
haven't
top
heard from
two.
this evening, but has a very nice 1.4-ish. And then we get down into like the 6 figures, which is just sad. We don't even need to mention them.
I mean, I need those points in my life, but
I have, I think, 1,600 points. So
do you? I haven't even checked my points.
you have way more. You have like 10K.
Dude, I hope so. Do I?
I think so.
Let's find out.
I don't know.
10K is a lot of points, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't intend to like use them for anything. So
Oh, I'm definitely getting a Tootsie Pop. I do have almost 10,000.
yeah, see, that was right.
And we can gamble again in just about 3 minutes.
Woo!
All right, Kevin here going to raise the button with the J9. Jay will call with the JQ, and Anderson feels obligated to defend his babies with the 7-5 off, and
Yeah,
just
that's
flops
a,
Jin.
you know, that's just nice. That's just nice.
Yeah. Jay continues with the 2 overs in the backdoor clubs, and Anderson should just call here, as he does. Looking very just like, oh, you know, I might have like
He's just like, you didn't hit that flop.
nothing.
Oh,
Yeah.
queen of spades on the turn. Anderson's going to get paid on this one now.
very
A
out
little
of focus
issue.
camera.
Oh, there we go.
110 here as Jay Leasy turns top pair. Anderson will be springing the trap now, makes the raise, and Jay calls very quickly. So pot ballooning here on the turn. 820 in the middle now, stack to pot ratio at about 3. It's a king of clubs now. Not necessarily a scare card
No.
because neither player should really have many kings. So if Jay was good on the turn, he's likely good now. It's sort of bluff catching hand only though, of course. Checks it over, and Anderson here going to go for max value, 700 into 820. Turn spades makes some sense, something like a 7-8 of spades.
Sure. Yeah. He makes a
Gotta
call,
make the
and I
call,
think
and yeah, you.
I can't say anything bad about the call there. I think it's just a call that you probably, like, there's not many hands that make any sense, but Anderson was the straddle. It's a single raise pot. Like, he's going to defend with 7-5.
Yep. No, sometimes you just lose,
Yeah.
and that's okay. But it's also just sort of tough when you're in a spot where like some draws missed, and you're like, oh, like you just have a bunch of bluffs. So this is
Yeah,
a really
of
good bluff
course.
catcher, and
Yeah.
oh, geez, you have that.
Yep.
Ben Miney joining us here in the chat. Hey, what's up, dude?
A lot of people you want to get hope advice from. Who's back there today?
Oh, do I have to type in hour, exclamation point hours? Is that a thing that I have to do?
He'll definitely tell you.
You can,
I think.
and then you should gamble again, because I just did.
For sure.
I have access to way too many things in this new setup. Like, I can speak on behalf of TCH Live Poker now, which I probably could have before, but like it wasn't right in front of me, so I didn't.
It's too much power for one person.
Oh, you rolled a 64.
Yeah.
That's if somebody he bought the blind.
You could get single digits again. That'd be all right.
Does someone want to just?
No. Gamble,
Alright,
roll already,
fine.
woman. You're gonna let someone sneak in and take your
Yeah.
4.
Well, I was kind of. I know. That's the point.
Option checks.
All right. Let's
All right,
get
Jay
this money
gonna
out.
limp. No, wait. What we have a legitimately limped pot here.
There's $15 in this pot. A 9. God.
Ben gambled right after you.
Ben!
He's gonna get a
Why
99.
couldn't you just get in there between us?
78.
Oh, I knew if I waited and somebody jumped in there that I would win.
Why do you have so many receipts in your walrus?
I don't know, because I'm a mom and I have a giant wallet and I just stick them in there sometimes. I'm not saving them for any meaningful reason.
Gonna smoke them later.
I do have this one though because it has Phil Monday. Do you know who Phil Monday? He was like he played on one of the he was won one of the WPT Steps tournaments early on.
Okay. Okay.
But he's just like we have friends, and you know.
Uh-huh.
But I was at HEB, and I saw his face on it. And it was
And
I thought it was hilarious.
Nice.
Called him out on it the other day when we saw him. So.
Fantastic. Envy here.
I don't have any 20s.
Do you need change? Can do. Envy here with the AK. We'll raise it up.
Yeah, we're heads up. With all 4 of us.
We're printing dollar bills.
Man,
over here.
it started really strong. I won the first one.
Indeed, you did.
Yeah, that's a bummer. That's
You
3 in a
also-
row that I've lost now, huh?
Flung coins everywhere.
I know. I should clean out my wallet. It's full of garbage.
10 high board here. JWIn and Anderson playing the same hand, which is a pair of 7s. Nam, whose hand just popped back onto the screen because we had such multi-way action, actually has the best hand with top pair of 10s. The ace-king open from Envy got 0 respect as everyone under the sun came in. And yeah, bet of 60 going to get called all the way down the line. Envy's still in here as well with the overcards, backdoor straight, and flush draws as well. And Jack of Clubs does give him a gut shot to the nut straight. Doesn't change anyone else's hands, aside from the gut shot that Anderson and JWIn have picked up. Checks all the way through, and it's a king on the end.
All
So
right.
top pair now for Envy will be
Ace
best.
King. Sometimes you just got to give it time. People are always like, "Oh, I just miss with this." When they fold on the flop, and it's like, you know, maybe you just got to give it a little more time. It'll get there.
They'll get there.
Have faith, man.
I like that turn.
Ace King coming through as Envy does make the best hand on the end. Picks up the pot and moves just north of the 4K mark.
Ben, thanks for
Hey, well done.
not
That's well done.
That was some talent.
sniping my roll. Aaron, thanks you for that.
Yeah, I
Made
definitely
him 20
do.
bucks. So good job with that.
That was
Also, hello.
perfect.
Yeah, tell us what you think about the graphics and everything. Let us know. It might be headed your way at some point, so see what happens.
Definitely just saw the eye on the TCH live as the button, and it was not.
Just gonna fold the pocket fours under the gun. Interesting.
I'm sure they don't know.
Gauze not feeling the same about pocket deuces under the gun +1.
It's faint.
Yeah, just a limp. So Kevin's going to be the initial raiser here. Jay Leasy now going to squeeze the button with ace-8 offsuit, and this should
You can definitely hear, but you have to
likely get back to Kevin. Nam got in there for some reason as
Yeah,
well.
because I remember when he won with 10-5. I told you that's exactly what he would have there.
But it was suited.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Have you ever played with him before?
I
Of
have.
course you have. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and for $100 more,
He's in there.
Still needs to see the flop.
Of course.
The 10
That's
check.
why you squeeze bigger than that. You know? Right?
Indeed. I mean, although you're probably
Or
just
that.
fine with 10-3 being in there. You
True
know?
story.
Like ever,
True
anytime, ever. Just
story.
let him see a flop. All right, comes ace high. Jay obviously quite pleased with how things have turned out. Could play this one as a check back. Let's see if it does go natural check to him. Does have the 8 of spades as well, so pretty good spot if you're going to go for a check back. However, this is also just a range betting spot, so very likely to just fire one out there. He does 225, large sizing though. Wouldn't go for that size if I were in that position. However, takes the pot down, is a winner nonetheless.
As requested. Keep in mind, we did have to reset, so this is only 13 hands, but this is the idea. Also, we got a little bit of, let's see, Kevin, and then let's show that. Head-to-head graphics, all of that. Yeah, you can put single players up there as well.
Pretty sweet. We do know that we've got a few calculation errors in some of the metrics. So we'll have
Oops.
the production crew from RF Poker take a look at that. But yeah, pretty snazzy stuff here.
7 raise, $30.
All right. Jay Leasy opening with the King-6 offsuit from the cutoff. Makes it 30. Anderson going to continue. Envy also going to continue. And let's see. That King-6 looks remarkably good now. Sometimes, you know, you just feel it. You're like, I don't know. This seems like this is going to be a really good hand for me. I should just open this. Anderson's got a gutter. Envy has a pair. So there's that.
Yeah, both players going to make the call here. Something is clearly incorrect as we can't have a 4 of spades in Envy's hand and on the board. So something is amiss.
Ah.
Hand number 14, we have a 4 of spades in Envy's hand and on the board. So something is incorrect.
Oh.
So we had a manual
So
input on the hand.
the manual input is on the board, or? Oh, so it's not the 4 of spades. Okay. Well, if we get a view of this board, we might get a better idea. Of what's actually happening here.
Is a 4 of spades on board?
No, that could be a 4 clubs.
No, that's a spade. That's a club. That's a spade.
All right, fine.
I mean, I guess I feel like it, right? Yeah.
Oh, we can make this bigger.
That is a spade. So,
Oh, yeah.
Well, we're going to
Interesting.
keep an eye out for that as, once again, this is our first trip around the block after taking this new software and table off
It's
of the
also
block.
very possible that because it's seat 1, that somehow that hand was scanned in wrong.
I suppose.
Who knows?
In any case, didn't have a huge impact on the hand, but
You gotta give minimal social interaction.
Okay.
did you say the cut card?
Yeah, so typically the cut card also has a chip in it, which kind of prevents that anything from getting double scanned in.
Oh, like the bottom card from the deck, like scanning. Okay, I got you. Gotcha.
So, but there are some other issues that come up with that. So, you know.
I see. Okay, so we've got a king high board here, 3 players, as JWIn with the 2 red 9s is still best. Checks all the way through. 4 of spades here on the turn. The
flush
actual
draw for-
real 4 of spades gives Gauze a spade flush draw. He's going to go ahead and lead out now. And JWIn's just going to ditch it here. Second pair, easy fold, he says. Huh.
Okay.
You have a
Sometimes you just
GT, no, bitch.
not show the table.
sometimes you just gotta let it go. You know?
Yeah, like roll poker.
I respect that. Let's see. All right, it is.
Yeah, but if we don't make it,
And we are what, 2.5 hours into this stream?
for example,
Indeed.
that last time we were 3 ways and I would have loved
What does that mean?
Yeah,
I feel like we should have a segment here. Aaron.
yeah, and then we'll never see it until after the stream.
The first 2.5 hours of TCH Live Monday, brought to you by Planters Peanuts.
Ooh.
I think it's a great option.
All right. Good job.
Just don't snort them. Yeah. Onwards and upwards. All right, 5, 5, 10. Optimized here, putting out the straddle. Got a limp here from Nam. Anderson here, going to squeeze it in the hijack. A couple of sailboats. And it looks like both Optimize and Nam are going to call to this 7-high board. So Optimize is going to outflop Anderson's sailboats. Nam with a whole lot of nothing. Anderson will put out a continue for 50. Pretty standard here with the under pair. If you're going to be best a lot of the time, you would love it if your opponent folded 2 overcards and you didn't have to see some sort of 9 or bullshit on the turn.
Optimize gonna raise.
Yeah, sort of a curious spot.
Yeah.
Check raising ace 7, king 7s, you know, makes a lot of sense. 9-7 is a little bit less, you know, you just don't feel quite as good about it. Now a jack of hearts peels off and you really aren't quite sure where you're at anymore.
Yeah.
Quick check, Anderson with the 4 of hearts, presumably just going to check this back. No sense in turning 4s into a bluff right now. And it's another heart, so Anderson will win if we get to showdown.
Yeah, and Optimize turning 2 pair 9s and 7s. So, you know, he's,
Got some showdown value.
yeah.
Checky, checky. 4 of hearts is good.
But I don't think Anderson is ever betting his 4 of hearts there either, so it worked out okay.
So indeed, Anderson will take that one down, moves up to 4.7K, and hand number 17 of our new
Yeah, just post reset
Whatever.
hand number 17.
post reset. Yeah. Keep some stacks here.
Yeah.
JWIn up atop the leaderboards by quite a bit. Optimized coming in second with 5K. Jay Leasy down there at the bottom of the chip counts with just a shade over 2K.
Yeah, and to the best of my knowledge, Optimize bought in for 5K, so he's somehow up exactly like $80, and that's it. I thought he won a couple good ones. Oh, that's... No, but it, like, the stack should still be right. Yeah, but that's not... But I know he bought in for 5. So somehow he's just up by $80.
As long as he didn't add on somewhere, and then that money has been lost, right?
Oh, but he hasn't. We know he's only played 3 hands, so... Yeah.
3 hands. Yeah.
Someone prove me wrong if he's played more than that.
Okay, I'm sorry.
All right, 3 players to a 10-high board. A couple of clubs out there for Anderson, but he is going to check and will take a free turn card. 7 of clubs. Nam makes
man.
the nut straight. Anderson the nut flush. And Gauze honestly has a gut shot as well. Not a very inspiring one, and probably won't appreciate seeing a bet of 75 and a raise to 250 in front of him. So I imagine he will be not long for this world.
Wow. Okay.
Nam, of course, going to make the call. And with 1K, a little over 1K effective here, Stack to pot ratio around 2. If this is a blankish river, which it
is,
is, king
yeah.
of spades, Nam will definitely be paying off a river bet. Let's see the sizing that Anderson goes for here. He's going to rip it for
Wow.
2x pot.
Yeah.
This may actually allow Nam to fold.
I know.
If he were bluffing with a naked ace of clubs, this would sort of be like, you know, the hero, like, yeah, just make him fold everything because I just have the ace of clubs. I'm not sure, though, if Nam is the guy to hero this off.
All things in perspective.
I mean, it's not really a hero. I mean, his hand is super strong, but 2x pot, that's a
It's
big
a
bet.
huge bet.
Right? There's certain players where the threshold, he just gets out the phone. What is he doing?
Get on the phone.
Job isn't intense.
He's trying to ask you what he should do, Aaron.
Oh, man, let me just text him 15 minutes in the past.
But
Okay.
there's like all the reasons.
So Nam here in the tank has to figure out if this can ever be a bluff. Makes the call. So, yeah, Anderson goes for full value, gets
And
full
gets
value.
it,
right?
yeah.
Makes it look bluffy, quote unquote, right?
I mean,
Thanks for protecting the
I get that, like, idea. But
Your
also,
opponent has to have like exactly
yeah,
9-8,
yeah.
right? Otherwise,
Like-
or an inferior flush.
right. You're getting called up by worse flushes, sets, maybe.
No, I know.
I'm not sure.
I don't even know.
I think you
Or
get into
9-8.
set 2-pair territory and the 2x overbet gets those to fold out, which is sort of.
But I mean,
nice.
the only thing I can think is like sixes with the 6 of clubs.
And it's supposed to be a good job.
Yeah, the 6 of clubs isn't really doing much for you.
No, I know, but like you could justify a call just because you're like, oh, I,
Well, I have a six
guess
of
I have a
clubs."
blocker.
Yeah.
Maybe a set.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong. I mean, as it stands, gets paid the full amount regardless, and Anderson may be in full comeback mode here after the early stacking that he suffered on his very first hand against JWIn, down 2.5K.
Yeah, he has definitely come back from that. I think.
Yeah, bought in for 3, and I don't think added on since. So if
If
Anderson
Jay wins
has
stack.
stacked up to 5.5 or above,
Oh no, that's not. Right.
then he should be in good shape.
I guess I can't see him.
Yeah, let's overlay that one. Nope. There. Oh, yeah. Button pushing magic. Anderson 4.7. So
Okay, so
still
very close,
stocked
very close.
About 800. If those numbers are to be believed.
Jack Wilson is asking what your name is.
My name's Jim Bob Cletus.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, no, it's Aaron McAvoy.
And
A.A. Ron.
My
somewhere
name's
around here.
Carolyn Hapgood, formerly known as Super Producer Carolyn. And yeah, hi. Hi, Jack.
Hello, and hello to everyone else tuning in. Thank you guys for joining us. Always do appreciate you guys hanging out with us, and if you haven't had an opportunity to rear back and strike the like button with the force of at least 12 ostriches, we would appreciate it.
All right, JWIn's got some jiggities, some
Some
Judies, some JWIns, some.
And he's running into number 1.
Oh.
This could be painful for somebody. Cooler incoming. Kevin calling in between on the button, and Jay, of course, going to squeeze out of the big blind with his aces. This is a low jack open from JWIn and a flat on the button as well, so this is definitely a spot where Jay can go for value with a 4th bet. He is just going to call, though, and keep this pot manageable, sort of inviting Kevin to come along. If Kevin had something more like a middling suited connector or a pocket pair, he's in. But JWIn invites him. He says no, and we do go heads up to a flop. 325 in the middle.
Oh.
Jack in the window. JWIn flops a J,
Man.
and Jay is going to get Jade. No.
It's just, it just is so hard to navigate aces sometimes. You know? It's like, what do you do there?
Yeah. You got to go
Like,
for
I
value.
realize that you're going to lose this hand. How do you avoid losing maximum, though?
Not going to happen. Jay Leasy here now picking up aces and fours. Going to be feeling really good about this hand. Your opponent shouldn't have many fours. Does check it over, sort of giving JWIn, quote unquote, an opportunity to bluff at this, or perhaps bet for protection with a king jack, queen jack type holding. JWIn, of course, with the top boat, is going to bet just under half pot. And let's see if Jay is really looking to go for this here. He's furiously shuffling those chips.
Yeah.
We've seen him play a couple of spots earlier, a little bit more cautiously, so this may just be a check call. No, I take it all back. He is raising, looking to get all of the chips in, and Jay just can't really believe that this is happening. I mean, this is the best thing in the world when you have top boat. Raised to 700, and
Man, the run good continues for JWIn.
and Jay is in position here. He can honestly just call this
Right.
and give his opponent every incentive to value jam the river.
Oh, I
And
like
there it is, makes the smooth call.
I like the quote from Ragnar Overby. He says, "Pocket aces is a hand that wins you a small pot or loses you a big one."
Courtesy of
Not
Doyle
wrong.
Brunson or Donald Brendan. Yeah. Gonna need to be an ace on the river. It is not. It's
Yeah,
an
the
8.
case
It sort of
ace.
sounded like it, but yeah, Jay's all in. And he's like, oh, cool. You have the hand I didn't want you to have.
Right.
That's the C.
Big memory. And JWIn will happily do so as he moves up over the 16K marker. Running good here tonight.
Yeah.
Running
I definitely see that.
Player check.
Stacking two
live
players with
stream.
kings, stacking another player with jacks against aces. I mean, it
Yeah.
doesn't run much better than that.
Nope, that's pretty good, I would say.
Both his suits covered, just
Yeah.
no matter.
5,000.
Jay gonna reload here, and I mean
He's not a quitter.
no.
He's usually in good spirits too, so I'm sure he took it with
20 times that I've seen between.
grace.
Yep. JD here in the chat says, want to come check out the new table. Looks sick. Well, awesome, man. Would love to have you. Come on down, hang out with us, and hop in on one of these Monday streams. That'd be dope.
Oh, he doesn't need to know.
I think if this is the JD that I think it is, then he's quite familiar.
Yeah, if it is, then just get down here and play.
Yeah.
We
Of
will make
course,
room.
The information for anyone that is interested in playing the live stream will be in the video description. And you can also reach out to Padawan producer Kristen. Find her on Instagram. And also, I believe well, I mean, the link will be in the video description, so you can follow that to fill out a request form to be on the stream.
Yeah.
Once again, big hands colliding.
Yeah.
A couple of kings here for Kevin.
These RF
Optimized.
poker guys did something, I think. You know? They're just,
Putting the spice in the card.
yeah.
Jay Leasy going to try to get back into things with the ace-5 suited here, buying back in for 5K. And back over to Kevin here, facing this raise and cold call in between. This is definitely time for a fourth bet. Yeah. But find us something. Yeah. All right, so optimize, raising to the 135. Kevin here in the tank. Obviously a fourth bet incoming. And a 550 or 5 1/4 incoming. Optimize isn't going to love this. This is cutoff versus button with a cold caller. So there's a little bit of dead money in there. Pocket tens is really strong, but he is just going to ditch this. And he's going to save himself from any further damage. I mean, obviously it could have come 10 high. and had a repeat of the previous hand, something of that nature. But Kevin does indeed just pick up the pot as it stands. Profits a fair 250 or so, almost 300. Streamlabs has posted the link there for y'all in the description. If you're interested in coming down to play at Austin or up in Dallas, follow the link, fill it out, let us know when and where you want to play. We will do our best to get you in. We'd love to see you here on the felt. Gonna peep these points.
5 raises, 25.
See what I'm working with. Once Carolyn gets back, we'll be still probably 10 minutes or so away from another Gamble Rooski. Skullbone saying we should have had sippy cup holders. Well, actually, the thing is that previously we were a little bit lax on letting beverages near the table. Now we're going to be very strict about it. The new table with the new sensors and everything, we want to be quite certain that we aren't going to do any damage to anything. So no beverages allowed on or forward of the rail. Everybody going to have to keep their beverages on tables or stands or whatever behind the table. 3 players to a flop here. Optimize top pair, top kicker, and the best hand. JWIn here with the bottom pair and really not much to go with it. 3 of clubs on the turn changes nothing. Optimize can continue going for value. Front door spades is a thing. 6-5 just got there, but can't be too frightened of boogeymen in the closet / under the bed. Optimize is going to go for a very large sizing here. This would price out all flush draws that are not combo draws, but making it potentially look bluffish as Jay is going to make the call here. And Jay Leasy going to need to find a 10 or a 4 here. As we can see, a bunch of those are missing, so there's really only the 10 of spades left, which would sort of slow the action down anyways, given the fact that there were 2 front door spades. Say 6 of clubs here on the end puts a 1-liner to a straight. Shouldn't be many 5s out there unless it's like ace 5 or king 5 of spades. Optimize going to check though, and Jay will take his showdown with the pair of 4s, and it's no good. Carolyn is back, bringing tidings of joy and
Yes.
pork rinds.
Yes. I'm back.
Yeah, the rounders one.
So Jay strapped on his cape and bluff catch all the way down with the pair of 4s on the flop and was no good. Gets the top pair, top kicker, so you're all caught up.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Jack Wilson, the game was capped at 10K and matched the stack after that. JWIn is indeed confirmed sun running, though.
Yes, indeed.
A couple of players a couple of chatters asking about the giant bottle of Malibu for Big Daddy Chaz. If it has a lid on it, I guess we may make an exception. I'm not sure. We'll see.
I mean, it's like its own person now, so I don't think you can exclude it.
Yeah,
from the
player number 10.
game. Yeah. All right. 10-8 versus 10-8 somehow. Okay. Let's go. Okay. Well, that's a gutter for both of them. Nothing else. Yeah, I mean, it's like foul. Yeah. But they're good for fast food. Yeah.
Deuce of hearts here on the turn changes nothing. Both players still working with 10 high and a gutty.
Check,
Checky,
check.
checky. 6 of spades.
Does nothing.
Somebody needs to bet to win this. Envy is first to bet, and he will oblige. Half pot.
And takes it down.
I've seen him play been profitable. But he's very tight. He plays left on it. So.
Why don't you just tell me what you had on that? I don't know. I mean, just tell me.
Yeah, there's no there's no play in there. Unless you're playing the 2-5 where it's 10 pages on everybody.
Let's see if I can get it
Snap called you.
on.
I don't know if he's looking for anybody like that. I don't know how much money he's ever banking.
You took a weird ass one.
Whack-a-mole,
Which
engage.
is why the river, something was.
No.
Is that different? Is that a new one?
Oh.
Oh, no. Oh, just kidding. How do I undo that? This is.
Sorry, Ragnar. We
That was a mistake. I'm sorry.
Carolyn tried to get rid of you on accident.
No, I did get rid of you on accident.
You did it again.
No, I did the right one this time. I was Ragnar
Okay,
Overview
no,
was
you're right,
unhidden.
You're right. You're right.
They didn't know they had a check.
Whacked the wrong mole, indeed.
Software, like, had that, and it did.
Oh, did you see that?
They just chopped.
And it gave them their money back in the system.
Wow.
That's amazing. You rock. You rock, dude. That's awesome.
All right.
Yeah,
the
this is
chop
this is
button
why
in
it
there.
pays to have somebody who actually plays poker making your software, because like no one else would ever think of that.
All right, Anderson not at the table. Bunch of raggedy cards. Gauze, though, waking up with a couple of pocket JWIns.
And there's the pocket fives.
Kevin going to try to do the dirty the other way around.
Yep.
Wants to flop a 5 against Gauze. Doesn't happen this time.
Here's how great it was. I was like, I'm gonna bet small. He's going
Queen
to
high
fucking
board
raise me.
rainbow.
That was the whole
Go
plan
for a small
anyway. That was
C-bet
the whole
here
plan
a lot of the
anyway.
time.
But I
Does
was like,
go
oh,
for
damn.
the
I'm betting
slightly
small
over
on
half
my
pot continue.
Yeah.
I'm like,
A little bit of a strange sizing, but
What
gets
would
the
be
job
your
done.
choice of size there?
Huh?
What would you bet there?
If you're gonna bet, you should bet small.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like,
Because your opponent either has a queen and like is gonna call every
exactly.
size. Like you could bet
Right.
1.5, 2x pot. They're gonna call.
35, 40?
Like 20 to 30%. Because your
No,
goal.
dollars. It's $100.
Oh, yeah.
So
20 to 30. I would say.
Okay. Even smaller. I would have gone with 35 personally. But.
Yeah, I mean the thing is that you always want to be thinking. So let's bring back just the tip here. You always want to be thinking about what you're trying to accomplish, and if you have a good board for your range, you get to range bet a lot of the time. Like it's high frequency bet, and typically you're going to choose a small sizing because it's so favorable to your range that like you don't really care to like get your opponent to fold anything. You want them to stick around with a bunch of crap that's just going to put a little bit of money in now and then fold to you on the turn, or is behind and they're going to put a little bit in now and more on the turn. So, anyways, the half pot plus bet there is sort of like, imagine that you had like 6, 7 of spades or something, right? You've got bottom pair and a backdoor straight draw, and they bet over half pot. You're maybe going to continue. Some players, that's going to be borderline. They might actually fold, which would be
Oh,
pretty
wait.
terrible.
We have a hand.
We do have a hand.
You see this, right?
I do. Jay has the hand at the moment with
The
wheel.
redraw to the hand. But he's got...
Optimize is in pot control
Yeah.
mode, though.
All right. I
Just
don't think...
checking and calling here. But likely to pay off another wager.
Yeah,
Oh, for this size, of course.
absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
that little hand movement right there, that's like a... I mean, I don't think I can fold for that. That's when you know you're getting paid off. Maybe not.
The
I don't
shrug
know.
once again. Pretty
The
tough.
double shrug, maybe that's a fold. I don't know.
Ooh, double shrug and the head bob.
What's the bet? 130? I mean, I don't know how you fold for 130 there.
This is blind on blind. So the problem is that your opponent can be doing this for value with a couple of different hands, right? Like 5 deuce, 4 deuce.
Right,
5,
exactly. That's
4.
why I think you have to, like, that's why I think it's just a call, you know?
You just kind of got to take your lumps. Doesn't like it, knows that he's probably going to lose, and does.
Shows down the queen 3 offsuit.
Yeah.
He says, ugh.
JWIn.
Guess I should have raised more.
Yeah. Now, these spots can be frustrating, and yet at some level, you kind of just have to appreciate the fact that you didn't lose more.
Right, absolutely.
What brings you in the town? Sorry, I meant to ask you earlier.
Ragnar here saying that Optimize is great at minimizing losses, but he also misses
Yeah.
a lot of value as well.
I think those two things can go hand in hand.
I played it.
I think
6 months ago. And it
that's probably the trick to really increasing your win rate for him is just, you know, how do you make those value bets on the river just a little bit more often and not somehow also lose.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, it's sort of, you know, it's like looking at hands that you win without showdown versus hands that you win with showdown and sort of comparing the comparative value between them. The players that are hyper aggressive, pushing every spot, going for thin value, like they're always making their money on hands that didn't go to showdown. Players that are more cautious, that are like, no, like I'm going to keep the pot small and just like show down my middling pairs, my top pair, no kicker, whatever. You know, they're going to have a larger percentage of the time their hands are going to get paid off, quote unquote, like win the pots when they show their hands down. And it's 2 different styles of play.
But I think you can probably merge the 2 styles. To
Well,
some
the best players are getting paid with their value
right.
at showdown and simultaneously bluffing their opponents out with strong
Right.
aggressive actions as well. So, yeah, no, that's for sure. All right, JWIn here with top pair queen kicker will be best at showdown.
Yeah,
Only
just
285 in the middle. Let's see.
just a bet on the flop, check on the turn, check on the river. So just, I don't know if JWIn could have gotten value there. Speaking of, a little thin value on the river, but I don't know that in this particular situation he would have gotten called, but I think a bet is
When you control the board so strongly like that, where you have top pair and the queen of clubs,
right.
Can be a reasonable spot to go for a block type sizing on
Right.
the river, right? Because you're out of position. So you put just a tiny little like 1/8, 1/7 pot bet out there, and if your opponent has pocket 9s, they might be like,
they just
"Wait,
call to
I
see
just
what you
wanna
have."
see
Yeah.
what that is. And if they have something like 10 high, they might be like, maybe you don't have much, and I can punk you out of here. So there's a couple of different things that can happen.
Yeah, I think you also just have to be prepared for whatever, like, how are you responding to a raise?
Oh, for sure.
So if you're folding to a raise, then I guess you just don't bet it, right?
Well, it depends on the strength of your hand. But yeah, a lot of times if you are going to bet fold, then you know that you're going for thin value, and sometimes it's best to just check and call.
Yeah.
But the other night, the game was so good that
Anywho, that hand is over and done with quite quickly. I think we can gamble again here pretty soon.
I think so too. I think you're right. How many people we got still watching? We got like 300. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know we've been gone for a little while, so it's nice to be back.
several shots that it didn't hurt me that bad.
Also, you know, hit the like button.
I haven't drank since then.
Don't leave us hanging.
Envy here with number 1, going to open under the gun.
Everybody's had
to
aces
30.
tonight.
Beat that.
What? Are Are you kidding?
No.
No, I'm not. I'm just not going to even roll.
100. You
Could I buy
roll
out
a
for
100.
$10?
Hell no. You could buy out for $19.97.
Man.
Optimize in here with the queen 10 of diamonds. Finds top pair.
And
It's
I
not
got her.
great. Does have a gutty. A little bit of a connected board here for Envy. Doesn't have a club. It's going to bet nearly full pot for 60, and Optimize will be making the call here.
Man.
Well, Mark Colby just took your 35.
Well, that's good. Cool.
Jack of diamonds now on the turn. Not a great card for Envy to see peel off. Going to be a pretty natural check spot here, but he is going to continue betting. Goes half pot now. This actually is going to look sort of bluffy. Oh my God, you got a freaking 98.
10 years ago, I used to do a lot.
Oh my God.
Aaron.
That's
Oh.
incredible. 10 on the end. Optimize has 3 pair. That's no good.
I mean,
It's a funny story. About 10 years ago.
Yeah, and Optimize kind of just has to check this. He can't get value from anything. He literally beats nothing
Car bombs were my thing.
that isn't just complete air. And it turns out his opponent has aces, and so he's going to lose. So sort of a decent run out here to not lose any more money, and
Yeah.
we will make the minimum. 98.
I guess the only somehow like
The first few years.
bright side is that I got more points out of it.
You won
I
some points.
guess.
You won some points.
Definitely tell my
Which just means that I can gamble more points.
Which is good. Let's be honest. We all want more things to gamble. That's ridiculous, though. 99.
Man,
Mark comes in, takes
Streamlabs,
35,
you're
and then he hits
just-
the 98.
Really rubbing it in with that 98. You could, I mean, just give me a 2. Like, I don't need the 98.
Back door! Yeah, dude, that was a front door. Yeah,
Oh, man.
hit it. You got to hit him with the front
Is
door.
that
every once in
Alaska?
a while, too.
Is that who that is? Back door.
Jay here with a couple of 10s. We've seen 10s a number of times here this evening, as well as aces and kings. Just some big
And
pairs going around.
jacks?
Jacks. A lot of
Yeah.
jacks. A lot of big
No
pairs.
queens, I don't think. I don't think anybody's had queens.
Yeah, I tell you, like 10 years ago, this is my thing.
And then fucking COVID happened and nobody wants to drink, touch each other. Like fingerprints.
I
You
don't
might
know.
be right. I think you're probably right.
Drink
Tens,
it
jacks,
fast enough,
kings,
does.
aces.
Yeah, he does. You don't drink it fast.
Yeah, I think that's right.
$20.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody like opened queens and everybody folded or something.
Maybe.
I don't know, but
I don't remember seeing queens, but I could be wrong.
520. 7 fold, 8 fold, 9 fold. 1 fold.
All right. Here we go.
4 fold.
Got
$20
just
straddle and a
$20
limp
straddle.
from Gauze.
Interesting.
Yeah, Optimize is gonna squeeze.
As one does.
And Gauze here for the sizing is just gonna go for the limp call. A little bit trappy here. Optimize, his hand is going to play quite well in position.
Ooh.
Gets out flopped though.
Yeah.
Quick check from Gauze.
They both have the back doors.
5 checks.
But
Back
Optimize
door.
wisely going to check this back, sort of exercise some pot control for the 8 on the turn. And now let's see if Gauze leads out here. No, he's going to check, and Optimize will, of course, be betting now. Half pot. Quick little bet there as well. Gauze will go for the call. Needs to find a 10 and a 10 only. Not a 10. Does bring in the front door spades, though.
Yeah, maybe we can get away from it.
No, I think Gauze is now just going to pay off everything,
Oh.
right? Because he has the ace of spades. Like, you don't
Sure,
have the
that
nut
makes
flush.
sense,
What are
yeah.
you betting with, bro?
5 spades.
Yeah, snap call.
Yeah.
2 shows 3.
Fully expecting to have
He's
the best
just
hand,
like, why
as
do
one
you
should.
have an 8?
Yeah. Take my money. says Gauze, and Optimize will oblige.
Yep.
Spicy, spicy. Alaska watching for the back door. Very good. Glad to have you, man.
Hello. Hello.
Thank you very much, Blake.
All right.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Queens versus Jack 10 versus Jack 10.
Oh, yeah,
Jack
and it
10.
got like weirdly checked all the way
Yeah.
down or something.
It was played very.
That's right. It was
it
the
was
most interesting hand that we've seen.
most interesting, yeah, because it was confusing to me as to why anyone would play any of those hands that way.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah,
But-
Chase, one of the players with the Jack 10 off.
Yep.
All right, dealer change incoming. You know what that means. Double board PLO bomb
Woo,
pod
let's
time.
go. Double board bomb pots.
Say so, man.
This is what we're here for, guys. This is it. It's the only thing that matters.
Expenses for an entire year, right?
I take, if I had 70K and 1 month, like up to like a 70K,
Did you ever go out with
I'm
Headset engaged.
15.
Blue deck will exit the playing field.
ever go out with Gabe?
I mean, nothing's real good right now, so.
Oh, I mean, enter the playing field. Were we just playing the red cards the whole time?
Yeah, you
Probably.
remember, I guess,
I don't remember.
Like, I mean, nothing's really worth it right
Oh, so we're just sticking with one? Wait, what?
No, we swapped them out.
Yeah, we did.
now. Best thing is to buy some metal products.
No, it was blue. We're sticking with blue. Okay, that's fine, too.
There's really no good passive income right now.
Normally,
Oh,
you
yeah,
use
no,
the
it
old
was
deck
blue.
change.
We're sticking with blue. Not typically the case, but. No.
No, we
It
had,
was blue.
It was blue.
Josh did not switch decks out. No, it was blue. Yeah, I mean, I just kind of assumed that he would because the deck's in there, but we never have on the live stream tables before, so some people need very specific instructions, you know?
We are all learning at the same time,
Yeah.
so
I haven't seen you in a while.
that's how we roll.
Yeah, we never had a well in the
Yeah.
table.
Pretty epic.
So, I mean, all right. Look at all these hands. Let's see some flops. We got a couple Judies. We got a club flush draw. Oh, ace, 5, deuce, 2 diamonds. 2 diamonds for Envy. We got the straight for Optimize. 2 inferior diamonds for Gauze. King 5, 7.
Jay, the only player with hearts that we can see at the moment.
Yeah.
Hands are sort of trickling off the screen.
Yeah. Oh, set of 7s for JWIn.
Call one.
Backdoor, you owe me 200 twice.
Ragnarok Overby, I think Optimize's pick just got removed when the reset happened. And then Anderson and JWIn have added theirs since then, and that's why you see theirs and not his. All right, so we've got Optimize sitting on the nut straight, which is very vulnerable. King of clubs, queen of spades. All right, Anderson now has nut diamonds and top 2 pair on the other. JWIn has 9 high diamonds and a set of 7s.
Anderson
Envy
firing
also
here.
has the nut straight and a diamond draw and 2 pair. Wow, there's a lot of big hands, actually. It's just like Envy and Optimize both are like, well, I have the best made hand right now on this board. I
I'm
know
actually
that.
sort of curious why Envy isn't going to pot this, right? Like, get these people out of your pot,
Or
right?
keep as many as possible in is the two, you know.
But you could be up against 2 draws here, right? Like, you
Right.
need to see a blank spade or a blank heart,
Sure.
and
He
that's
does also
not a lot
have
of
both
cards.
diamonds and clubs, and he's the only one with clubs.
Yeah, but are you going to be, like, fist pumping when a club comes in? No.
No, of course not.
Even a diamond, right? Like, Anderson will have the best hand, and there it is.
Ooh, it pairs the board, though, so maybe
Both?
able to.
Yeah, both.
So JWIn's got 7s full of 5s on the bottom, and the top is going to be king high diamonds, which he's just going to check because it's a board pairing diamond. So I think everybody gets away with this without it getting crazy because, I mean, JWIn could bet this.
I think he can. I think he definitely
He
can.
also has diamonds as a backup on the top.
Yeah, perfect.
But he's
Small bet
literally only losing to kings and queens. There's a king on the top board, so that's one less. So there's only one combination of kings, and then he's losing to queens, which sometimes you got to just make the assumption that nobody repotted at any point in time. So 7s full of 5s is probably good.
Envy here on the queen high flush now.
Yeah.
Has to decide if he wants to call this. And the 500, this is why the 500 is the perfect bet here from Jay,
Yeah.
is he's going to get this call. And Anderson now with the nut diamonds is
Dante,
actually in a
seat
weird
open.
spot.
Get in here.
He's going to call. And yeah, so they're going to chop up Envy's money here.
Yeah. I mean, it's such a tough spot for everybody involved. I mean,
I got 5 deuce.
This is the joy of double board bomb
I
pots.
know, I love it. Do I call with Envy's hand? No, I don't. But do I also understand the logic behind the call? Like, he's also has 2 pair on bottom. Heads up, I call with that. Sure.
Heads up, yes. Multi-way,
Multi-way, you're just
very
you're
often the
beat
guy
on
getting
both
chopped.
boards. Yeah. You're like, you know, you're just going to have second best on both boards so often that you have to just let it go.
He pots and he calls.
Yeah.
It was a brilliant bet from JWIn to get called in 2 spots. But to be fair, I think if he pots it there, he might get 2 folds and scoop. So I don't know which approach is best.
So he got another 250 plus what was in the middle of 2K chopped in half. So he got 1250. If
But he
scooped
would've
the whole thing, then he
scooped
could have gotten 2K.
3,500.
No, it would have been
Oh,
just
no,
the 2K
yeah,
that was
yeah,
in there. Because everyone would have
This is
folded.
that's a $750 difference.
Sure.
That's not nothing.
It's not nothing.
So, but he also still doesn't have the nuts on either board. Like, he doesn't feel 100%, like he could be beat. So
Yeah.
I get the,
You pot and get repotted, and then you go, "Huh." Yeah.
yep.
I had a spade draw.
But double board bomb pots, man. There's a lot to them. People are always saying, like, oh, it's just bingo, it's just bingo. And I get that. But also, there is some nuance there as well.
There is a lot of nuance. Because it's like you need to make a good hand and also not get married to it.
Yeah.
So many times you'll flop the nuts. Good Lord help you, you know?
Well, and I think the toughest thing is when you have opponents who are continuing calling bets, and then you have like second best on both boards, or like, you know, you have you have the nut flush and then the board pairs, or you have the nut straight and then the flush comes in, but they both happen on the same street, and then someone bets into you, and you're like, oh my god, my hand, like,
It's good, but is it? Yeah.
but like, which board do you have? I don't know which board you have, and there's still 3 more players left to act. Like, I don't know what to do. My hand is so strong on both boards, but neither board is the nuts anymore, you know?
Yeah. Ragnar, we'll let you slide this time, but one more time, buddy. We're going to put you out to pasture. I kid, of course. I took over controls because I know that Carolyn over here doesn't
Well,
know
I
how to
have a
click
weird angle,
buttons.
dude.
Bro.
Dude.
Blame it on the angle. She's got a little thing against you there, Ragnar. Sorry, buddy. But I'm looking out for you,
So
man.
untrue.
I'm looking out for you. All right, 3 ways with some fairly speculative hands. Button.
My
under the
favorite
gun,
way to
cut off.
describe not good hands. Hands that are just flat out bad.
Everybody has a little bit of something, and by everybody, I mean everybody except for Jay.
He had 3 to a straight. Then why are you folding?
Gauze does make the call with the bottom pair, and a 7 of clubs peels off instantly to give Envy the unbeatable hand. King high flush. Gauze, though, after being checked to, is going to turn bottom pair into a bluff here for 1 1/4. Envy will do the obligatory fake club check and then raise.
No, you can't. I mean, I guess you could. Yeah, no, snap
And
fold.
snap fold.
Yeah.
Not going to win any extra chips playing it that way, but does just sort of
If you're
end things.
gonna do the fake obligatory club check, then you have to also just call. I think, if you want to get paid.
Yeah, and you also need to do the like 15 seconds of like, I guess I can call with the queen of clubs here and just see if I hit it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, why not, right?
Oh, man. Reminds me of some
We got some people hating on the
trauma
bomb
that I
pots.
suffered earlier at the hands of Padawan producer Kristen.
Oh, Kristen got you? You got her? You got him? Oh,
Several
dealt him?
times.
Dealt him?
Several times.
No, we played 12.
You were dealing?
So many times.
Oh, no, Kristen got good playing. Good job.
Several
Good job.
times, yeah.
Several times.
The old naked just, oh, I need a heart to come. So
I
that
had
my
one of
jack
those
does
yesterday,
it.
and I
Yeah,
felt
yeah.
really bad about it. I mean, I didn't feel that bad about it, but like, I
mean,
was
I
getting
won,
a
so
little
I
out
didn't
of
feel that.
line, and I opened with a hand that I definitely shouldn't have, especially because it was like 8 gazillion ways. It was just like $10 straddle limp all the way around at 1-2, and I was on the button, and I just was like, no, I raise with stupid shit, and then I just flopped a boat. And I
Flopped
was-
a boat.
Yeah, and then I was
Nice.
like, and then I bet and I got check raised, and then I was all in, and he just snap called, and I was like, I'm really sorry, dude.
Oh, no.
I just have Jack 7 off here for no good reason, and I'm really sorry. I'm not proud of this moment.
Well, JWIn here has top pair 10 kicker for some reason. Jay Leasy has second pair. And both of them have seen this 5 of diamonds peel off on the turn. Checky over to JWIn, who can go for additional value here. Does block some of the continues as far as draws, but definitely a spot where top pair is good enough to go for a second street. Does get a quick call here as well. Will be interesting to see what we get here on the end. It is a 5 of hearts, double pairs, or sorry, pairs the board. Backdoor diamonds bricks out. JWIn will be chopping with every other king that isn't ace king. If he's going to try to get value from a queen, he needs to go small here, and I mean like 100, 125 at the most. Or he could try to make this look bluffy and go big to try to put his opponent in a tough spot with another king. Gonna go 250
that's-
here.
I don't know.
Jay would have to be a pretty serious non-believer here. It is possible that he still looks this up, but having the jack is actually really bad. It blocks all of the ace jacks, the
Right,
jack
Jack
tens.
10s, yeah.
But he's a non-believer, so Jay's gonna get full value.
Yeah, zero hesitation muck there. He's like, I know I'm not good, but like, I just can't let you get one through. Which is a lesson that I think some people need to learn at the table. Is like, sometimes you just gotta let people get them through. Sometimes also you have to make hero calls and be wrong. Like, it goes both ways.
Yeah,
But sometimes you just have to fold instead of paying somebody off on the river.
yeah. Had Jay gone bigger or smaller, I think the call
Maybe,
is
yeah.
very reasonable.
Yeah,
But
250
the
was
middling size,
yeah.
the half pot is just like value town.
Just like, I
you
have
know?
top pair. Like,
Well, like, who bluffs for half pot there after you've gone bet, call, bet, call? Like, it just doesn't happen. It just really doesn't. But like putting all the data points together at the table, I will be the first to admit that I make mistakes all the time. And then look back and do a face palm, and I'm like, oh my god, like I literally just watched this guy like bet 2 streets and then bet river for 50%. Like, what am I thinking heroing? Like, there's no reason to hero here.
Right.
Like, you either have top pair and it's just like I can't fold because I'd be folding everything,
Right.
or I have,
Sees everything live.
Or I
you
fold.
know, or I just fold. Yeah. No, I do silly shit all the time. Did some silly shit in the tournament the other night against Mahesh.
Ah, Mahesh.
He got me good.
He's a good guy. He's so nice.
Great guy.
He's so nice.
But,
I think I would feel bad if I ever beat him, but I never have, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We got some
Now
hands.
that's a spicy flop.
Yeah.
All broadways in hand and all broadways on board.
No hearts for anybody.
Yeah,
2
top,
hearts on
top
board.
for Envy, 2 pair for Anderson, Kevin, bottom pair, up and down straight draw, backdoor spades, everything happening here on TCH Live.
Interesting. How are we gonna? Anderson gonna do the good old fashioned check raise.
And Envy here, top pair, top kicker, gut shot to Broadway, no hearts in hand. You've got to continue.
Yeah.
Raising feels
I don't
pretty
know how
iffy,
anybody
though.
gets away from this hand at this point.
No,
Like
I think-
on this flop.
I think we're going 3 ways to a
Okay.
turn for sure.
Oh, you're wrong.
Never mind. I do think that's a pretty tight fold.
I
But
do
I
too.
do understand that if you call there and then another raise goes in, you've just torched 200. I get
Yeah.
that. Kevin obviously not going anywhere.
Oh, let's see.
Heads up to a
What's up?
turn.
I'm just
7 of diamonds.
I'm gonna put up the graph. It's not a cumulative winning graph, but it is a graph that shows people's hands or stacks at the beginning of the since we did the reset and up to now.
So Anderson continues 375 here. Just
Yeah, mine's
about
Oh, Anderson's in too.
Yeah, I put one. I
40%
get a reset
pot,
with
thereabouts. Kevin now, without picking up the backdoor
Wow,
spade,
okay.
is going to just let it go. Pretty reasonable
I guess
there.
that is fair. Yeah.
Yeah, for that size, it's like borderline as to whether or not you can even continue from just a pot equity standpoint.
Right.
And then if you make your hand, are you actually going to make enough off of your opponent being in position but having a one-liner to a straight or 2 10s on board, for example, that you're actually going to
Anyway, I
get
don't feel like lying.
real value?
Pretty, nice.
See if we can show that again.
Yeah, the
So we don't have a cumulative winnings really. So I can do head to head. It's something we have to get.
I think I'll stick against
Um,
I'm not getting any data.
but I can
but it is
do head to head winnings.
doesn't recognize
and if there could be a delay perhaps in terms of like if we're going to keep doing it that way from like when it starts counting from 1 to the end, just because like by the time we select it here we can't even show it before it's already on hand like 7 or something.
Yeah.
game, but it doesn't know that
Yeah, no, I know.
Oh, did
yeah,
it?
no. It
Oh,
did.
okay.
It's fine.
Okay,
Yeah,
it just
yeah.
goes so quickly that it. Okay.
But definitely just something that just like a table that just has. Yeah. Cool.
Constantly iterating, always trying to figure out the best way to communicate information. So, thank you guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna put up. Somebody's asking about JWIn, or not JWIn, Anderson. Just a little beep. So according to this, he's up 4.5.
But he is in for 5.5, so
So-
this is incorrect.
But that's his earnings, not his
I should
stack.
let you pull.
Yeah,
going
but
that
he
way.
bought in for 2.5, instantly got stacked, rebought for 3.
He's in
So
for
he's-
7.2.
That's his.
Or no,
stack.
he
He's
has
in for
7.2 in front of
5.5
him.
though,
Yeah, so he's up 1,800, 1,700.
Way to not bet the
which is why his earnings are incorrect.
You're incorrect, Aaron.
Listen, Linda. Put this fucking microphone thing back on your. Hey.
Hell out of here.
Am I 9s or 5-5s, travel 900.
That could be interesting.
I mean, I definitely think that would be interesting, but I also,
Room for the game.
yeah.
Could be interesting.
Well,
I'm not
especially if
sure
you have
how it'll
repeat
be
players, can you get
presented.
that like from the previous session in there too? Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
true
No, the more
story.
information, the better. Kevin here, though, with a couple of JWIns, opens the low jack, gets 3-bet by Optimize with the 8-5 of diamonds. I like this. I mean, it's a low-frequency play. You're going to mix this in every once in a while. It's good to have some suited two-gappers in your raising range because you have a lot of good board coverage. This should be a 4-bet incoming, though, low jack versus high jack. Kevin can play this as a flat, and he does. He's going to keep his opponent's weaker hands in and also have a good, strong hand to continue with out of position. So not terrible either way you play it. You would hate to 4-bet and get 5-bet, so. Comes 10 high, no diamonds. Pretty awful flop here for the 8-5. Kevin checks it over. Optimized might feel just sort of obligated, though, in a 3-bet pot to continue betting.
Yeah. I don't,
And goes 2/3 as well.
Man, I don't
when he
love
gets called
it.
here, he's just going to shut this down. Maybe a 7 on the turn or a 9 could inspire him to continue.
sure. Somehow a 7 is going to be the card that Kevin wants to see. He doesn't know that, but.
JTN 1968 joining us. Hey, what's going on, man? We'll get to your super chat here in a moment as Optimize picks up a pair, also brings in the front door club draw.
Interesting.
Kevin checks it over once again. Optimize very likely should be checking back here. JTN here saying that glad the Monday night shenanigans are back. Bummed I can't be there on the 22nd to crack my aces again.
Oh.
Yeah, that was pretty gross. But looking forward to pestering Lottie or Pratt on Thursday. Also DLP. Awesome, man. Oh,
Thank you,
another
Joel.
set of jacks.
Yeah. Jacks have hit all the sets today, I think. Pretty much, yeah. That's my quarter. Don't you dare steal it. It has a bat on it. 2 bats.
2 bets at the same time.
Cool. Anyways.
So after check on the turn, Kevin can definitely go for value here. Target a pocket pair, 9
Sure.
7s, a
Ace
weak
10.
10.
Yeah. Or
Ace 10 is going to continue betting that turn a lot.
Sure.
Although if they don't have a club, I suppose they can just check back. He's going to go big here. 565. I mean, we're talking 75% pot. And this is a little bit ambitious. Your opponent has to have a very strong hand. Ace 10,
yeah, what's
like
the
ace
what's
10
the
minimum.
goal here? Really?
Trying to look bluffy, I guess, is sort of what it's aiming for, question mark. The problem is, what do you check call in a 3-bet pot and then bomb like this, right? Yeah, you just get your opponent to fold everything, I think, with a size that big. It's one of those things where you kind of sometimes get trapped in a mentality of like, I have a big hand, so I need to make a big bet. Big hand, big bet, right? And that's like, you know, GTO Solver will tell you, like, big hand, big bet. You should be doing those sorts of things. Generally speaking, it's sort of like a heuristic.
Sure.
However, it's very dependent upon the board texture and the way that you got to the end of the story. And there are some times where even when you have the stones, you have the absolute nuts, your opponent just is never going to have anything very good. And so
your big bet
like,
is never calling. He's never getting called.
You just kind of have to bet small. Like there's a ton of times where you'll do like block bets. That would have been like the perfect time to do like a nutted block bet.
Yeah,
right?
and if you get check raise bluffed by Blake, then
good
You're
for you.
just-
Like you just call. It's
Yeah,
great
you're
'cause
just-
you have a set.
like skipping your way to the bank. Like, let's go.
So yeah,
And you're
I
like,
mean,
if you have a flush, then I lose. But like, let's go.
so I don't know, but it's always tricky. It's always tricky because at the same time, there are plenty of other opportunities for us to put a bunch of money in a polarizing spot and have our opponent be in a real conundrum of like, oh my God, like, are they just punking me with absolutely nothing? Or do they somehow just have the stones here, right? And like, you do want to have that in your game. It's not that we should always be trying to get called by everything, right? You want to have spots where you're betting huge with the nuts, and yeah, they might fold a bunch of stuff, and that sucks
Sure,
that you don't get
yeah.
paid. But you can also do that with your bluffs, and then they folded a bunch of stuff, and you fist pump your way to the bank, so to speak, as you said. If Alaska jam, what do he do there? Bet jet, back jack.
Bet Jack back, Jack backdoor, no good. Flush snap him.
Alaska, you're
Can you
amazing.
translate, please?
I cannot. I definitely cannot translate.
In
that.
Alaska, that is. If Alaska
Backdoor!
jams, what does he do there? Bet. Oh, I don't know, man. It's really hard to say.
It
the
is.
problem.
He does a very good job of like turning the typing into the way that he would have said that in the moment, though.
In a way that he wouldn't actually have said that, but yeah.
No, in his caricature of
Yes.
the
Anyone who knows Alaska knows what we're talking about. Anyone who doesn't, we're just not gonna.
We're
We're not gonna
get
go there.
Canceled over here.
Yeah. So.
Right here, late trap.
JWIn sitting on a casual 3,000 plus big blinds.
Yeah, that's just
Normal.
a standard 5-5 game, right?
Yeah.
You're sitting on 17.4K.
Quick peek around the room to see if Jay was around
Where do I know you from?
play his hand.
That's a mountain of chips.
We've got
It's a
several
mountain.
mountains of chips, really.
Yeah, but JWIn's mountains.
Maybe you're
Kind of epic.
maybe I'm on your Instagram.
Folds to Kevin in the small blind. Queen 9 off. Definitely a hand you're going to want to open.
Like I know you from
Makes it 25 out of position.
I don't know where.
And optimize. Mr. Blake will make the call with the ace deuce of spades. If that was ace deuce offsuit, I'd say that'd be a quality raising candidate, but
just
the suited variety pretty
Run a
decent call.
royal flush on the board. Let's go.
Let's go chop this thing up.
Everybody
Royal
gets paid.
royal.
I don't know. My bad.
Boo.
Fair.
Sorry.
Yes.
I met this one dude who literally looked so.
Kevin here going to take a tiny little stab. Interesting that he didn't stab on
Flop?
the flop.
Yeah.
Like, I think if you're going to bet 15, do it on the flop. Now he's going to get raised. Some interesting play here.
I like it.
What calls you that's working?
That's when you look at him for like 10 seconds.
I mean,
Nothing. So
'Cause
why,
what-
no one's folding to $15 with any two cards, I don't think.
no, but when optimized raises, I don't understand that.
Oh, yeah. No, I guess I don't understand that either.
Like,
I
if
guess
you're
just
gonna
a
raise,
single
you're,
club
like, charging a club, but a club would have bet the flop. Queen of clubs, 10 of clubs.
out of position.
And I missed it in my strap.
Yeah, he raised. He raised to 25 and optimized call. If you have a big club, you're 100% betting that flop every time.
Sure. Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, you're only getting called by definitely better.
Check call. He was hoping you check so he could jam. But
Oh, this last hand? Oh, I had a missed he was talking about.
Bet 15 raise like
No,
king,
finance guy.
queen, or whatever the hell it was that was like the best second pair with a gut shot.
Same material. We think.
Is just folding. Right? Unless it has a club. And it would've
Yeah,
bet
I
the
don't know.
flop.
I don't
So
think
it
that
just
was
doesn't make
a very necessarily a well.
Executed.
That wasn't
And-
the word I was thinking of, but
It doesn't matter. We're moving right along. Backdoor is back and trying to.
what Kev trying to
Explain
achieve there?
himself.
Set Jack no good. I agree. The red cards look better than the blue ones, but the blue ones are. I like the blue ones too.
Bloops are good. Kevin loves this turn card as he now has the toppest of pairs.
There's a new stat. I didn't see it.
JWIn here, though, going to take a stab.
Player stats.
Wait, did Kevin snap fold?
Makes the
What?
graph irrelevant.
No, Kevin
Everyone else
made it. Kevin
loses
raised and
scale.
Oh.
won. What are you looking at?
I thought I saw JWIn bet.
Aggression, frequency, VPIP, showdown.
I don't know what I'm
The
looking
rest of
at.
the graph.
Couldn't tell
Everyone's
you.
so covered.
Okay, good talk. We got
It was.
20 minutes
Ooh.
left.
Which means
Oh,
to gamble again.
no.
Yeah, no, I need another 20. I might go off keto just to eat all of your dollars worth of Taco Bell and then go back to keto.
Sad. I just know I'm gonna lose. Go ahead.
I think it's next hand, Kevin.
Uh-oh, David Simpson squeezing in there. Did he get my roll or did
I
I
hope
get
so,
his?
man.
We'll never know until it just
I don't speak English.
pops up on the screen.
I did ask, and you said you had a pair.
Ugh.
I got the 76 in
Fine. What did you have?
right before David Simpson gets the 100, and then you can take the 2. Drop a deuce in the chat if you're
Oh,
Carolyn.
somebody got in there. Okay. I just need somebody in there between
Now you
us.
know what to say.
He was way ahead.
16th out of the way.
Yeah.
The deuce is still live.
I don't feel good about this, but no.
Oh, man.
Wow, that's some run bad.
Yeah.
This shit.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry.
I can't even.
Sorry.
Jedi Master Ted, I can't even go double or nothing. We don't have another roll before the stream ends. That's just it.
I think he meant on this one.
Well, he's a little late to the advice.
Yeah, it wouldn't have gone well for you, though, either. So
No.
probably best to have avoided the whole scenario.
So what'd you get from me? 60 bucks?
I think that's right.
All right. Don't tell my husband.
I'm waiting for the hand to show up now.
All right. Onwards and upwards. Hand 42 post reset. Envy here going to limp.
Oh,
Ace 3
no.
off. Kevin will raise.
You got it? I was getting it, but. Thank you. Chuck C, I appreciate the effort. It, you know, when I saw that, I was like, okay, there's a little hope. Man. Oh, wow.
JWIn here going to squeeze this up to 150. Everybody gets out of his way, and he'll just take this one down. And by take this one down, oh yeah, it was just a bunch of cards spread over the scanner. I thought that actually someone had called because I saw a flop pop up there, but it was not to be.
Did I lose $80 to you?
Let's find out together.
That's not good. I gave you. I mean, you made change for me.
Yeah, but I gave you. I think I had this, and then I gave you 80 for the 100. So, no, I think I only got 60.
Okay, that's
Maybe
fair.
not.
No, because I had a 20.
Oh,
Oh no, I didn't. Did I again? No, you gave me a 20 and then I gave it back to you.
yeah.
It's 60. Okay, cool.
It's so much better.
That's true. I did stack Aaron at the meetup game, the very last hand. So I guess this is just a reasonable.
Sprinkling
Trade-off.
some crumbs out there for me.
Yeah.
I do appreciate that. And I also lost to some pretty sick, nasty shit today. Not that I should take that out on you in the live stream streets or the
Sure.
the
The
TCH
Streamlabs.
Live loyalty point streets.
Yeah.
But still, I'll be quite pleased to come away from this booth encounter.
Yeah.
Plus up money. Plus up.
Plus up. Plus up. Do you owe? Oh, and Pratt owes you money too.
Yeah, Bodie.
Wow.
I ran hot
win
tonight.
all around.
Yeah.
Do we have anything interesting in this hand? I can't imagine we do.
King high
No.
1. And
Yeah.
by king high, I mean king 9 high.
We
Yeah, do you wanna
could
do
still
red, black?
do red or black, but we're not going to because that's a little too far.
That's
That's
too
taking
deep,
it
huh?
just too far. Unless it's like, I don't know, $5 red or black. Yeah? Oh, the look on your face says, yeah, I'm down for that.
I mean, I'm running good over here.
All right,
Do you have
we'll
a preference
one.
on red or black?
I don't. I'll pick red.
Black.
All right, cool.
Okay.
If I lose this, though, we're done.
All right, I'll hit and run you for another 5.
I can only lose so many nonsense prop bets back here, and then I have to just.
Well,
know.
Gauze opens the small blind and just wins the pot, so we'll
All right,
never
well,
know.
We'll move on to the next hand. That's fine.
A lot of black cards have gotten burned too, so
I
I'm
know.
pretty glad to see that result.
Bummer. It's my last chance.
Alaska is like living in the past here, man.
Yeah, you got to catch up with the rest of us,
Click
Alaska.
the live button here, bro.
You are living in the past.
Small and big ones. 5, 10. Small blind.
It's funny though.
All right, 5, 5, 10 is on.
Okay, we got 7 players, which, as far as I'm concerned, is like that's the perfect number of players.
7's pretty good. A lot
8's
of action.
good too.
JWIn here with a couple of red cards.
That's not great for me. Oh, 2 more
King.
red cards.
King, Queen of Hearts.
Or
ace,
it's gonna,
eight of diamonds.
or the flop is gonna come out all red cards, and it's just gonna be pure action hand also.
We'll see. Jay Leasy, though, is in there with his black card, so let's see. Will it be another 5 for AA Ron, or 5 going back the way? Oh! And that's,
Get the hell
that's
out of here.
triple. I think
No, we're
you-
not. It's first of all, it's double. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. And second, I'm not paying double.
All right, but it is a 8 on board here for Jay and Gauze. Checks through 7 of diamonds on the turn. Gauze with the best hand here, but Jay betting. Gauze should be going for the call in position here, and does. Yeah, I'm definitely getting off a keto to eat some Taco Bell after
Yeah,
this.
you're gonna get. You actually are now obligated to get $65 worth of Taco Bell.
$65
Yes, and eat
worth
all
Taco
of it.
That sounds like a death sentence.
Yep,
All
but
right.
that's what you said you were gonna do. So
Jay now checking the pair of 8s, and Gauze going for the value here big, though. 175 and gets heroed off here. Jay will not be pushed around, but will also pay off all the value. And Gauze wins a $635 pot here with second pair ace kicker.
yeah, tough spot. I mean, Jay's read was not wrong, you know, but
I mean, it's tough to have value there. It is. But he had it and got paid.
all right.
Yeah,
Wow,
with
prices-
inflation.
Prices really went up, huh?
Oh, man.
All right. All right, we got 5, 5, 10, 20. JWIn putting the 20 on. Let's go.
As you do when you have
All the
3,500 big blinds in front of you. You're like, yeah, let's pump this up a little bit.
Yeah.
You know?
May as well.
Gauze here. Premium holdings in the cutoff. Going to open this up to amazingly 150 on a $20 strap.
That's very large.
And Jay is going to get to fold
Yeah.
ace jack
Yeah.
off. That's why you don't raise that big, bro, because you want to keep hands.
Yeah,
to
but so many
dominate in.
people, when they see that ace king offsuit, they're just like, I don't want to color. Give me your blinds. I'll take I'll take $3 at this 1-2 game.
Yeah.
I don't like it, but
Certainly not the way to maximize value, but does win the pot. I mean,
Sure.
also did
Sure.
take like 40 bucks for nothing. Oh, well, it's for 150. A wager 150 to take 40.
yeah, it seems reasonable, right?
Yeah, that's like one of the worst hands you could have.
That's 2 Gordita crunches.
Double me.
No, 150 or 40?
Yeah.
I'll split the 40.
Oh, I think I meant 150. I was like, way more than 2.
You're like, wait, let me do some
Your math
math.
is very
Let me
wrong.
Run it through the calculator.
Not me.
I think your odds are off.
All right, we got 10 minutes left. Let us know your final thoughts on everything so we can
This is a glass.
then
half empty type of perspective.
we can give all of those thoughts.
Kings are back
That's all I'm saying.
with a vengeance.
Shoot.
4 and 5 fold.
Gauze didn't make it 150 this time. He made it 50, a 5x open. Gets called by Jay. With the queen 6 of clubs, Jay is here to party.
Yeah.
He's ready to try to make
Sure.
some money back, and this is an unfortunate looking spot for him to do so. Doesn't
Yeah.
want to see a queen high port.
They're gonna bank it every time.
No, no good.
Doesn't have much of anything here.
Yeah,
Backdoor
I'll just let it go.
flirbs.
No
Backdoor
big
straight.
deal.
Checky, checky though. Jay
Going through life, not believing in
picks up a gutty now on the turn.
Well,
and
you
is
got
going to
outs
put
now,
some chips
Jay.
out there.
Sure, why not?
75 as well, not a small bet. And Gauze will make the call. He's like, yeah, this is what I wanted. I wanted you to start blasting. And 10 on the river. Not a great card to rep, but if you're going to, you should go big, like pot plus.
Nope, 180. Not gonna do it, I don't think.
Easy call.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's an easy call regardless of the sizing for Gauze. Like, I don't think he's ever folding there, but
No.
like, I'm sure he's just like, if you got it, you got it.
And Jay's like, dude, why the hell didn't you bet so that I could fold? And Jay's like, or Gauze is like, well,
Because I wanted your
then
money.
you would have folded.
Yeah.
No, playing in position has so many merits.
Of
You get to
course.
do all kinds of shit. You get to do whatever the hell you want. Check back kings,
Yeah.
let your opponent bluff, make a bunch of money that you wouldn't have otherwise. It's great. Brilliant.
Absolutely.
Playing out of position, effing sucks. Hate it. I make my worst mistake playing out of
Never made. You always
For
think
sure.
about, but never
100%.
You can never pull the trigger. And then after the
I think most players do. I would say I'm sure I make a ton of mistakes playing out of position. I also think I get very creative playing out of position because sometimes you really have to, you know? And sometimes we'll make some plays that, like when you take the pot down, you're like, man, that was good. What I just like pulled some shit with some nonsense or like got an epic bluff through that I shouldn't have. Or like, you know, I think it really kind of tests you more to play out of position. But
That is true.
there's a lot more potential for fucking ruin also.
Yeah, yeah. No, that is very true. I mean, the nice thing about playing out of position, quote unquote nice thing, is like when you're playing from the big blind, and like say it's like an early position open, like UTG, UTG1, and it comes 6 high. Like, fuck you, bro. This is my board.
Yep.
Like, you know it, I know it. Like, I could donk lead if I want
and
to.
you just
I
fold,
can check,
yeah.
you bet small, and I just give you the business.
Right.
I'm going to get to barrel every turn and river. Like, you just know that you're in a bad spot. And if you don't capitalize on those spots, like, you're not being adventurous enough, you're not playing
Right.
correctly. If you do, then, yeah, you can find yourself in some pretty weird spots with 10
Yeah.
high.
Yeah,
on, like,
exactly.
okay, I guess we're just trying to punk this guy off of an
But I
overpair.
think you have to be willing to get creative in those spots if you're going to play hands out of position. Otherwise, you're just playing everything from the button, which
Or just check call, check lose, or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
right? Yeah, like you need to be able to seize those moments,
right.
those opportunities.
What are you laughing
I
at?
don't know. I'm setting you up for
I know.
something.
I don't know
You
what's
didn't-
going
you didn't
on. I'm
seize-
just ignoring
you. Didn't
you.
seize the moment.
I didn't. I chose to ignore you.
Fine.
I was trying to read the chat, man.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There's probably some nudie pics for you to to log
I
into.
know. What?
I don't know. Anderson and Optimize both have top pair. Weak kickers, very likely to chop this pot. Jay working with a gutty, NB with a pair and a gutty. Jay calls with the gut shot to the jack here. Really going to try to.
He's stuck, man. He's got to win something, right?
Anderson calls as well. NV decides to ditch the 10s and the 9. And is that a jack? That's a jack, dude.
Oh
Let's
my
go,
God.
Jay. He drills the
He
gutty.
knew it was coming.
It is a jack of clubs, though. And then we just check down.
Yeah.
Oh, no, wait, he folded the king.
Oh,
all
he
right, the
did,
action
okay.
tracking was all wrong.
Now he's like, mother.
Yep.
All right, we got a couple more hands here, I think. And then that's gonna do it for us. Oh, Neil chiming in. Yeah, you're late though. Neil Canfield. He just got a page on his pager.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Just kidding.
You better rush to the
But you
nearest
would have a
payphone
beeper.
and
dude.
call that person.
I don't know why, but you strike me as someone who had a beeper or multiple beepers. Where you going? Oh. Good.
It's a Mr. Anderson.
What's up?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
for
Well done.
sure.
Dude, first hand get dumpstered. Mr. Anderson has come back to join
And
us
you
here
want
in
you want to
the
close it out? Are you sure? Okay.
booth. Well, we were sad to see you sit down and get stacked in.
I know. I felt really.
But
I
you
was like,
definitely
man.
did rebound.
I know. That's exactly what we said. You know.
Yeah.
Cheers.
To you, brother.
You can't get away from it. I don't blame you. It
All
is
right,
what it
Jay
is.
Leasy with a couple of pocket Jay Leasys. And he's going to raise to 100.
Bye, Anderson.
Later, brother. Optimize in the large straddle will fold, and Jay will win.
He's like, how come I can't be up against aces and flop a set here?
Yeah, that was
What
his
the hell,
time.
man?
His moment.
Why doesn't JWIn just have aces and lose here?
Not in the stars. Ragnar here. Shout out to you, brother. Thanks, man. Appreciate those kind words. Melody has not been hanging out with us tonight, but
She's in the building, though.
she is.
Oh, she was? Oh. Yeah, she was running the cage. She was our money handler today. But Kristen has been in charge back here, doing a great job as always.
All right, $10 straddle is on. Will be one of the last hands of the evening.
Yeah, you guys know how many hands we got left?
And yeah, it makes the top 3 people look great.
Okay,
All right,
cool. So
second
this
to
one and
last
one
hand.
more.
Envy here,
Get
Jack
outta
8
here.
suited.
Get
the
outta
pretty
here.
effing good
Yeah, but
hand.
he's not facing a 3-bet.
Yet, give it time.
Yeah,
And
well,
smash them
I
up.
will
Whack
put
them all.
$100 that if he gets 3-bet, Envy folds.
Whack
Oh, it didn't
them
happen anyway,
all.
so it's beside the point. But
Ace, king, queen, 2 hearts. Optimize flops best. Envy with a gut shot on the bottom end here to a 10. And wait for it. Wait for it. It's probably not a 10 because he's checking again. Checky, checky.
that's a queen.
It's a queen. As we wait for the hamsters to get back in position. Off to a river we go. 9 of diamonds changes nothing. Optimize probably should still be checking and just hoping
Yeah.
to bluff catch at this point. Like, what calls
No,
you?
what are you doing?
A 9, maybe?
What are you doing? Do you really think that you're bluffing with that? I guess maybe he's just turning his hand into a bluff.
If Envy calls with Jack High here, then that's a sick value bet. But he doesn't.
No, I think he. I don't know.
Oh, this last.
What's he getting called with? There's literally nothing that calls him. That
Maybe a
He
9.
beats.
Maybe a 9.
Can we finish with a bot pot?
maybe.
No, for the street.
Anderson, really enjoyed the new stream. Well, awesome, man. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, and playing
Last
and
minute playing.
making a comeback.
Bouncing back, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was,
for the drama of the stream, like you just came in and the action got out of control, and then you managed to make it all back. Good job.
Heck yeah, man.
Oh, no, you'll still
You'll
see
get
it.
to see it. It'll be up there after we finish.
All right, last hand of the evening. We're gonna make it a bot pot.
I mean, Jesus.
Oh hell yeah!
All
Let's
right,
go.
PLO double board to close things out.
Yeah.
I mean, he was good.
You only have one card? The queen's
Man, I will say from dealing this table, like everything just seems to run more smoothly. Like you especially with the screen up, you know where you're at a lot more, and like everything scans easier. And
Anderson with a pretty
That's
lovely
probably up
looking
too high, but
pre-flop
okay.
hand. Also flops the nut straight on the bottom board.
yeah, I mean it's not suited at all. He's got no flush draws, but otherwise pretty solid. Ace 7 for Envy on the top board. I can't see everything, but we're gonna get there.
Yeah, top 2 and a gut shot to Broadway.
Yep. Jay Leesy's got some diamonds that are not good. They are good, but you would never know that.
So we're either waiting for the action to get caught up, or
No,
Envy
somebody's
is
just
deep
tanking.
in the tank. Okay.
Oh, yeah, no, there's a bet.
Well, we know that Anderson made it 150. I was just unclear as to whether or not.
Do you think he just takes it down? I guess he could.
That's not even fun
Oh, no,
anymore.
he got called in one
3 or 4
spot.
callers.
Got called by Gauze with
Wait, wait,
the.
Wow.
Oh, that is not great.
Ooh.
Just the 2 pair over there.
Oof.
That is going to slow things down, though. Perhaps.
I mean, it's not for it. Oh, wow.
Yeah, checky. Now a boat for Anderson and the nut straight.
Yeah, but he's, oh,
Nut
no.
straight. Second nut straight.
No, he's got a boat. He's got jacks full and queens full. He has
Oh,
jacks
you're
full.
right.
Yeah,
You're
he's
right.
queens full on top, jacks full on the bottom.
And goes
475.
big. And Gauze has absolutely nothing here. He's got jacks and kings on the bottom, and that's it. So, yeah, he should definitely.
Yeah, what
be
was he
folding.
betting, or why was he in there? Just speculation entirely, I guess.
2 pair on one board. I guess he felt like he should continue. Yeah, no.
And Anderson's
pots
just
will do
like,
things.
look at this hand and this run out. All right, that was it, guys. Thank you for sticking with us and coming to see us here tonight. It's been a long time,
With
so
all the
thank you.
blockers to every straight.
Yeah, absolutely was a fantastic night. Great to see you guys. Hope to see you again on Thursday here for 2-5 Match the Stack out of TCH Austin, and again next week for Monday's 5-5 or 5-10 or whatever it is we're running. So we look forward to seeing you guys again here soon. Hopefully we'll get more of the kinks worked out, and thank you all for your feedback as well. For myself, for Miss Carolyn, for all the staff here at TCH Austin, we wish you all good night. We'll see you next time.